Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show that you've been waiting for. And we're glad to have everybody in here. Welcome to another edition of Encounters, a show that's out of this world. I am CmdrAleon. I am also the host of the show, host of WESU's Ashtar Command radio show for over 21 years. Wow, I almost said 29 years. That would have been kind of weird. Good evening, everybody. I'm also with the Ashtar Command, and I'm here on Mission Earth. I've been on Mission Earth for most of my life. I'm also a contactee, and I am doing everything I can to help people on this show here, on my radio show, here on my show here on TikTok, to come together and share their information. I have plenty of things to share cosmically here myself. Gary, good to see you. Catherine, everybody coming in. And it's just a pleasant evening. We got through a Monday. Hope you got through your Monday okay. Monday is always the hardest day for me when I'm working regular 3D stuff. But we got through it. So then everything becomes, for some reason, when you get to Tuesday onward, it seems like, okay, we got through Monday. The rest of the week is just going to flow like crazy, right? At least you hope it will. Money Time, welcome to the show. Joe Jones, everybody out there, wherever you are. It is a night of cosmic talk, galactic talk, UFO spiritual talk. People that have had experiences, sharing their experiences. All that stuff is coming together and always has been coming together on this show here on TikTok for over a year, almost 2 years now. Hard to believe. You know, by the time we get to December, we'll have had 2 years on TikTok doing this program. And it's pretty amazing. And we're going to be going into, year number 3, beginning of 2025. I'm so excited. Thank you. Yeah, I like it too. I'm going to try to reduce the how big it is on the words. I was trying to do that earlier. For some reason, it didn't work, but we are going to reduce the sizing of the graphics, the lettering and everything. But as long as you can see it, I like the background too. I love the background. And remember, the ships are definitely here, and more ships are coming. So the ships are here, many different types of ships, and they're coming to Earth. All right? For all the new people, welcome. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Yay, Tara, good to see you. B2, Adam, B2, Karen, Randell. Let's see, E. May, I see new people here. King, I think it's King Ace. Wayne Willis. Hey, Wayne Willis. Thank you, user 628. You know, it's about time we get the ships a little bit closer in towards our planet. So I found this here and I figured, let's go for it. Then when we have contact, I'll try to take some pictures of the actual real spaceships and do a background. Well, at that point, when we have contact, we won't have to worry about any of that stuff. Thank you, Miracle Magic. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Hey, Papa Smurf, good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Lupita, good to see you. Hey, Nanchi, good to see you, Lisa. Everybody else, hopefully everyone's centered. I know the energies have been absolutely insane the last few months. But as insane as the energies are, and we are all going through it together in different ways, we're going to all come out, hey, Lynn 948, we're all going to come out the other end much better people, because it's a matter of, I think we have to just really let go of all the stuff in our system, all the stuff in our head. We just have to just let it out and let go of it. If we can let go of it, man, it's going to be the most beautiful thing you'll experience. Hey, Angie. We too. We are very excited. Golden Bear, good to see you. Jody K, good to see you. I'm glad you're feeling better, Papa Smurf, because in the big picture, it's all going to be a beautiful thing. And we all have to just come together and support each other and realize how beautiful the life on the new earth will be. And we're getting there. We're getting close. When I go to work at day, I still think about my cosmic levels, but I have to concentrate on customers. But even though I'm concentrating on customers, the one thing I say to them at the end of my conversation, I say, I hope you have a blessed day. I say it to every customer. I say, I hope you have a blessed day. No matter how they're feeling, out of sorts, for whatever reason, that spiritual level comes out at the end of the conversation, and I wish them a blessed day. That's the way it should be. It should be consistent. Let's go and enter the light within and experience the new fifth 5D frequency of the duality. Hey, Andy. Neil, good to see you. Hey, Johnny. Johnny's one of the 5 in our group. That's going to be with me and Chesno and Kit Kat. They'll be joining April at some point. We don't know when that'll be. Our space family knows more than we do, and they'll tell us and they'll let us know. Anything about the big spaceship coming? The only thing I do know is when I did 3 days ago or whatever it was now, I asked the I'm not going to mention her name because she's in another room and she might respond. I said, there's, the James Webb Telescope says there's some objects coming to Earth, or objects are coming to Earth. And then what happened was, she said, an armada of alien spaceships. That's her terminology. An armada of alien spaceships. So, I don't know when they're getting here. That is absolutely something I don't know. But she did say that. And she doesn't say too much when it comes to things like that. It's hard to get when I talk about ET stuff with that A app, it says, I don't know that. That's its response. I don't know that. I'm trying to get it to think and see whether it does know something, Yeah, Jody here with the stereo. Yeah. So that's synchronicity right there with the A app and the Siri. If you heard the same thing, synchronicity, that's the key, and I wonder if Dr. Stephen Greer knows about this. I wonder if he knows as much as we know about all these different galactic ships that are coming towards Earth. I wonder if Dr. Stephen Greer knows about this. I would assume he knows something. I would assume he knows something. But I don't know how much he knows. Maybe we know more than he does. And I'm not saying we do, but maybe I think we do know more because we're connected with the Ashtar Command. So he probably knows. But if Stephen Greer knew what we all know, excuse me, if Stephen Greer knew what we all know, which I think he knows a lot of things because he's met with so many people, that he must know something. He created an app for contact, which means he's had numerous C5s, and I can't imagine that he has not had any visitations by space people. I have to imagine Stephen Greer, of all people, would have had contact with space people a long time ago. I really do think that. Let's go. They said either 2025 or 2030. Nope, it's not 2020-30. It's going to be 2026. Towards the end of 2025 is going to be the initial thing. It was 27-28. The timeline was changed in 2023, and it's now 2026, end of 2025. But in 2025, things are going to be really coming alive in terms of what you're going to experience. And I think people will be experiencing personally. A lot of people around the world are going to have their first contacts on a very personal level. It's not going to be the mass contact. It's going to be, I think, individual contacts. Not everybody has, YouTube or TikTok or these things. So we'll never know who they are, but they will have their contact. And they probably are already having it's what's called gentle contact, the first beginnings of some contact. And I think you'll see a lot of it happening with people. And they might not even be on TikTok. They could be without any of it. They could be in a small village in India somewhere. Who knows, right? Really, who knows? But we do know that the energy is amping up. And I know many of you who are susceptible to feeling energy, if you look up Albuquerque Ball of Light, you'll see cool UFOs. Oh, interesting. Wesley Suckerman. Okay, interesting. And, we will definitely get tonight to talk about people's stories. If you are recording and documenting spaceships, wherever I call them spaceships, not UFOs. If they're actually not ours, they're spaceships. If you're having those kinds of things, we definitely want to know about it. And you can comment in the comment section if you're new and you're having visitations by star people. I mean, talking about physical visitations where they come to you and you see men and women from wearing spacesuits that have been visiting you. Then let us know. We want to know about that. We want to hear about those stories because this is the centerpiece, the center place for a clearinghouse of all this information as we get into 2026, which is a ways away, not too far away, but this is going to be a place where you're going to want to be to find out what's happening. Dina L. Ricker says, shuttlecraft sighting up close and personal in Southampton, New York, 1977. I've seen ships. Let me see here. Dina. I think Dina's going to be a guest here. And we'll bring Dina up, and then I'm going to see about what's happening here. Let's see. Dina. Dina's our first guest. You have to be over 18. No smoking, no cursing, no drinking, no vaping, no drugs, no drunks, no religion, no politics, no kids on the show, and everything. Hey, how you doing, Dina?
Good. How are you? I was just scrolling through and I saw you were live and I'm like, oh, I have to check that out.
You see, it's always the first time. This is the number one. This is actually a talk show. Unlike other TikToks on here where people are running around with disco balls. I do a talk show on NPR radio for 21 years. I'm still on the radio here in Connecticut, and it's called Ashtar Command Cosmic Eye Radio every Sunday. I decided in the end of 2023 to do a show here on TikTok, and I started the first actual UFO spiritual talk show. So I'm glad you found us.
That's so cool because I grew up on Long Island in Sag Harbor, New York, across from Connecticut, across the Sound. And my father was the original newscaster at WLNG, which is still there in Sag Harbor.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that state. They play all the oldies down there.
Yeah, it's the oldie station. And Bill Evans, that was on WABC for like 35 years, bought the station. And we literally just had my parents' celebration of life like 2 weeks ago. And
really?
Bill got up to speak. But anyway, when I saw that UFO, I was with my dad.
Yeah.
I can tell you the quick story. We were driving in September. I'll never forget it because in September in New York and like Connecticut, that blue sky, right? No clouds in the sky. We're taking like a 20-minute drive so I could go to the dentist. And we stopped at this stop sign in Sag Harbor. And to the left is the park. And to the right was like a little pond. And there's a gas station across the street. And I remember we both looked out towards the driver's side window. We looked up in the sky and it looked like a plane with like the sun glinting off it. Mm-hmm. But then it just disappeared. And we looked at each other. There were no clouds. We're like, what was that? And as we continued this 20-minute drive, this ship kept following us and coming down low.
Really?
Oh my God, it was getting closer. And so we stopped in Southampton because my dad had friends that had a like a horticulture, like a, what do you call it? A plant, where they sold plants.
Yeah, garden center. Yeah.
And it was right near a traffic light. You had to stop 4 ways, either like one had the green light, the other people were red, but it was like a 4-way stoplight. And we pulled in and he got the wife to come out and she was working and he wanted somebody to witness this. And I'll never forget it. As soon as she came out, even the people that had the green light stopped. I remember people had their heads out the windows and this craft came down maybe 30 feet over the traffic light, like the one behind your head in your picture there. It looked like that.
Yeah.
And it hovered for, I don't know, I was 12. It hovered for maybe 30 seconds. I could see lights. I couldn't see any beings, but I could see flashing lights and it was just hovering there. And then it ascended up and went, whoosh, and it shot off like, I forget what direction.
Oh,
it just disappeared. So for about 6 weeks after that, my father, who would be on the air by 6 a.m., but in the morning he'd go in by 3:30 and he would get police reports and, do all his prep before he would go on the air. he said for 6 weeks after that, he was getting phone calls in the early morning hours before sunrise from farmers, their wives, people that were awake, that were claiming they were seeing strange lights in the area in the sky, like these red.
Really?
Yep. But I have since looked in Newsday, like, to see if there's any archives. Nothing.
Of course, it's covered up.
I know, but I follow Bashar, and like he keeps talking about first contacts coming soon. And you said the Ashtar Command, Athena, Ashtar's twin, used to have the Ashtar Command Heart Center here in Mount Shasta when I first moved here in '97.
Dan, this is talk about synchronicity. You're blowing my mind here. You know Ashtar Athena?
Yes, we're good friends. I love her. She's
really?
So sweet. She is a love.
Let me tell you something. Ashtar Athena is like my cosmic mother. She did workshops in Connecticut with me. We did Ashtar, for people who don't know what this is, we did Ashtar gatherings. I talk about her on my show once in a while. She doesn't have TikTok. I'm trying to get her to get the technology, but she is from off planet. She's Venusian. When you look at her, I've known her like half of my adult life. She's Venusian. She has the Venusian eyes. She is a direct communicator with Commander Ashtar and also with his wife, Athena. She doesn't channel anything. And Ashtar Athena, that is so cool. I mean, how could this possibly be? It's amazing. So I'm glad you found me.
Yeah, me too, because I came to Mount Shasta in 1996 with an acquaintance of mine. We used to go to these Ascended Master gatherings on a Friday night in Southampton, New York, at somebody's home. And I was in the metaphysical bookstore in Sag Harbor that's no longer there. And I saw an advertisement for the Weesock Festival that was to be held in Weed, California at the College of the Siskiyous. And I thought, there's a picture of Mount Shasta. I go, where the hell is that? Like, I'd never heard of that mountain. And really, it blows me away because, I know that there's a base, and I'll tell you another quick story. But when I saw the photo of it, I'm like, I can't believe I've never heard of this mountain. I come out here and I'm like, photos don't even do it justice. It's huge. It's 14,000 foot.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But I lived. So anyway, I came out in 96 with her. I knew I'd be living here. And then the following year, my former husband and I, with our 2 daughters, moved out here. And we were in McLeod on the south side of the mountain. And you could see like the southeast face. And when there's not a ton of snow on there, there's this brown spot. And I'm looking at this spot and I'm thinking, I didn't know anything about the mountain, no history or anything. I go, that looks like there's a portal or something. And then I pick up a publication not too long after I saw this, what I'm going to tell you. And I heard, there's supposedly a portal in the east face. But it was a November night, like 1999. And I was walking from my house in the alleyway behind the house towards the mountain. The mountain was full of snow. It was a full moon night. The moonlight was beautiful. And I just remember thinking, God, what a gorgeous night. Stars are out. And I get to the end of the street and I see the mountain, it's right in front of me. I'm like, okay, dogs, let's go home. Just a quick walk because it's cold. And as soon as I turn around to walk home, I heard in my head, Ascended Masters. I just heard those 2 words. And so I just immediately spun back around to look at the mountain. And coming from the east really quickly, looked like a big light. That's all I could tell you. Like tree lines, so maybe 6,000 feet high. It should have exploded, and it just disappeared into the mountain.
Now, do you know about the crash sighting at South Haven Park Center in Long Island? Are you familiar with that?
Nope.
Okay, here's the story for everybody. Some of you have heard this story. So back a number of years ago, it was in the early 1990s. I was invited to a UFO conference, everybody, in Long Island, New York, here in the United States. I wasn't supposed to be speaking. I came as a media representative, and I was going to just do some interviews. So there was a person that was a key speaker that couldn't make it. The key head of the Long Island UFO network, which is now defunct, asked me if I would get up and speak. I said, "What am I going to do?" I wasn't scheduled. So because he was in a bind, I had a primetime spot. I got up and spoke at this conference. It was packed. I said, I'll talk about UFOs in the media. When I got up and spoke, the story is this guy who ran the organization. There was a crash in Long Island in South Haven Park. If you study it and Google it, they used a technology at Brookhaven Laboratories. And I know this to be true. I know the whole story. I know stuff that people don't even know about. And they have this advanced technology at the laboratories. media person said we don't have anything. Maybe she doesn't know, or maybe she wasn't privy to the information. But they actually shot down a mothership in South Haven Park. It crashed, and I think one or two of the space beings died. One was wearing a spacesuit of some sort, and another one's being carried out in a silver like body bag, and it was, I think, still alive. And the fireman has it, and he's carrying out, and he must have a video cam on or something. This video that showed the beings in the park when in South Haven Park, the fire people were there and others. They had the road blocked off as rush hour, and people were not able. They had to go different ways to get their house. And there were these soldiers in gray, blue outfits that had no insignia on them, and they were there in like within minutes, and they were cleaning up the scene. And it was a real mess. And then there were some other objects or spaceships that were also shut down, smaller craft. It was done at Brookhaven Labs where they have this technology. So I know this story. You just made me think about it because you live in Long Island. I really not told this story to everybody on the audience here, but you should know that that was done. And it was sad to see the video. The video is probably, the government probably has it, the video, you know?
Yeah, I would have to check that out.
Yeah, that is not only that. I saw one of the videos before it was confiscated by the government, and they did confiscate it because the person who was head of the organization, he was put in jail, and he also had all his files confiscated from the Long Island UFO Network many years ago. So I know all this. I know what happened. Then a smaller spaceship. I wish I had the video. I wish he'd given me a copy of it. I could have, transferred it into something to show people, but I remember every aspect of it. There was this hovering craft. I don't know if there was anybody in it. It was pulverized, and it was like it just turned into nothing. It was just destroyed by some beam or something, and it was completely destroyed. And that was probably some technology that was used at Brookhaven Laboratories that destroyed it, or something destroyed it. And they just, we were out at Brookhaven Labs at the South Haven Park, bordering Brookhaven Laboratory, in the woods. And we found radiation suits that were there. They had rewired, where the spaceship had crashed, they had rewired the wires. And they had some, and they thought they cleaned up the scene, but they had some radiation suits there because there's probably radiation coming from the ship. And we saw burn marks on the wood the way the thing crashed. Everything went in one direction. Like this thing went, like it was shot down. And they had to have a flatbed to come in to take it out of the woods. Whatever was left of the ship, they used a flatbed to take it out,
Yeah, it's wild. I really feel like, first contact's coming. Like, there's just so many things happening.
Right.
I mean, think about like years ago when Independence Day came in, like all the films in Hollywood that come out to get you used to, even Star Wars, like 1977, they're getting humanity used to the fact. I just said this to my grandson in the other room. I'm like, why do you think there's so many languages on this planet? They're from we're all from different star systems. I mean, we're human.
The one thing people have to remember, though, is not all the movies coming out that have come out are good. I mean, some of them are fear-based. So you have to, like, if you want to talk about Contact, Jodie Foster, Cocoon, and a few of the others, The Day the Earth Stood Still from the 1950s, that talked about the Venusian, the being came with a robot to help to tell the world, the world can be a place of peace. But then again, the scenario was the government wouldn't listen to him, and therefore they were taking a more aggressive stance. But we are in a much better place. And the reality now, folks, is that we are going to have contact, and we are going to be, Close Encounters is another good one. We're going to have contact. There's no way around it. The story I just told was from many years ago. And we do have those in the Pentagon and other agencies that are dealing with all this. Some of them, they know it's coming. They want to try to prevent it, but they can't prevent the contact. I don't know where these old geezers are from, but with their all their generals and all their big, medals, these people are the ones who covered it up for over 70 years, and now they're going to try to stop it. They can't stop it.
They can't. And I'm gonna. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying they cannot stop it.
No, they can't stop it. And here's the thing, too, and I'm gonna jump off. And thank you for asking me to come on. I
Oh yeah.
followed you. And I'm happy to be connected. When I met Athena, I remember she took my hand. She was sitting out front in the table at the WeSock, and she just grabbed my hand. She's like looking at me funny. I go, "What?" She goes, "This is so interesting. This never really happens, but they're giving me your name." She's like, "Commander Maru Antar."
Commander Maru Antar.
Maru, Meru, Maru Antar, like from
I
Antares.
like that. Commander Maru
Yeah.
Antar.
But she told me that, Commander Corton told her that I'm part of the ground crew, Core Communications, and that
Hmm.
1996 was the time for me to come to Mount Shasta. And I believe it. My mom was a school teacher. My dad was a broadcaster. It's in my blood. But if anybody wants to come to Mount Shasta, come in the summertime. It's the best time. There's so many things that happen here. But that ship that I was saying, it went directly into the side of the mountain. What I saw should have crashed by our physics, but it just disappeared.
Yeah.
And my husband at the time had been in the other section of town. And when he came home, like an hour later, I was all excited. I'm like, "You're not going to believe what I saw." He's like, "I saw that." He was running a meeting and he decided to just get some fresh air before everybody showed up. And he saw the same thing. He's like, "What was that?" I go, "That was totally a ship. It should have just crashed. It just vanished."
Yeah. No,
You
see,
know?
because it's not, when you're dealing with the advanced spaceships of the star people, they can go into another frequency to get into the mountain that we don't even know about.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much happening, but I'm grateful that I saw you to
Yeah,
be. It's good that I know that you
definitely.
have your also we'll connect in. I'm sending
Yeah,
everybody
well,
love. You know what? The reality is
and
my part of my journey is to help people remember their inherent divinity. We are part of the
yeah,
creative fabric. That's why we're here, to remember our
yeah,
divinity and to create the
and
life
we're
that we
here.
want.
And Dina, we're here at 11 o'clock most nights. I might take a night or two off once in a while just to regenerate, but my normal time here is 11 o'clock at night if you're watching the show.
Awesome. All right, I'm on the West Coast, so obviously Mount Shasta, but sending you all
Yeah.
love. Thank you so much. All right, you guys
Okay,
have a
Dina,
good night.
Mount Shasta, thanks for coming
Thank
on and
you.
connecting. Small world we
Yes.
have here with Ashtar Athena. All right,
Amen. Amen. Bye.
we're going to let you down. There you go. That was kind of cool. A person that knows my cosmic mother, Ashtar Athena in LA. Very cool world we have. See, folks, this is how beautiful this is, how people come together. I'm all about people coming together, loving one another. None of this separation or jealousy or whatever. People just need to get out of the 3D mindset because we have to, know that we're going into a much more different space in the year 2025 and 2026, to be exact. So, if you want to be on the show, you have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no cursing or foul language, no smoking, no vaping, no drugs, no drunks, no paranormal discussion, no politics, and no religion. I think I covered all the bases. That's all 3D stuff. We don't go there. We'll leave that to the other TikTokers that want to go there and miss it up. Not here. So welcome to Encounters. Now, if you are having visitations, and no paranormal, that's right. If you're having visitations with positive star people physically, I would love to hear your story. Don't be afraid to talk to me here, because I will definitely. My uncle worked at the DoD and worked with MUFON. I think we're going to have to bring you up. Thank you, Ashley. Let me see. Where is she? Thank you very much, Sue House. Good to see you always. Okay, let me go backwards. Is she here? Yes, she is. I'm going to follow her. I'm bringing Liana up. My uncle worked for the DoD and MUFON. Now, if they work for the DoD, I'm not assuming anything, but I'm hoping they had high security clearance. Good evening.
Hi.
How you doing?
Oh, let's see. I'm good. I was going to turn on my camera.
Yeah, do that. That'd be great.
I just always get confused on how to press the buttons right.
Well, you are a professional. You actually took a few seconds and you got it. There you go.
I forget it every time. So, but my Uncle Sammy, my great uncle, he worked for the DoD. I remember having conversations with him when I was little. where he would talk to me about aliens, and he would talk to me about going and interviewing people. I was always very interested in if he had seen anything himself, and I remember him telling me, no, just that he was there to gather evidence. And I remember that my family was very just dismissive about him and his interest in this. And as I've gotten older and looked back on his credentials, I'm like, this man was the smartest man in my family. He was a doctor. He designed helicopters and airplanes, yet they thought he was crazy. Yeah. So I know that one of my cousins has a bunch of his documentations and things that he's left because he passed several years back. He was our great uncle, my grandmother's brother. I found a book recently that he has an article in where the first line of it talks about getting a phone call from one of the head of MUFON in Pennsylvania at the time, because that's where he lived. And I mean, just finding your show and listening to you kind of sparked the interest to find these things that I have around the house. And now I feel like, well, I need to reach out to my cousin, find out more about what information he has that Uncle Sammy left behind.
And I think that's one of your mission things. I think you'll do it. And I have to feel, even though he's not here anymore, that he probably couldn't share things, or he thought he couldn't because he had an agreement. Sounds like a really intelligent person, and he sounds like he probably had top secret clearance that he couldn't talk about anything. I think, what do you think? You knew him better than anybody.
I don't know. My grandmother's still around. She's in a nursing home and has a little bit of dementia going on, but it's one of those, maybe I need to poke around and ask more questions on these things.
Definitely poke around. And I want to see when you come back with all the good stuff you got, from poking around so much.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. Oh, and I agree with you. Apple cider is delicious.
Oh, good. That's one of the things, since I started the show, one of the parts of the show that people know that apple cider is my thing. And I've gotten tons of people addicted to apple cider now. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, that's great for the Apple industry. So thank you for helping the agriculture in our country.
Yeah, I'm big on that. I grow watermelons, but this year I had a disaster because of rabbits. Next year, watch out rabbits, because I will have a little fence around my watermelon area and they will not be able to get in.
Oh, good. Yeah, I'm in agriculture down in Florida, so.
Oh, good.
Yes.
That's a good thing.
But yes, I will go investigate more and find out more information about what Dr. Samuel Greco left behind for us.
And I'm following you as a friend of the show, and I'm glad you found us. We're here at 11 o'clock normally at night. Sometimes the timing might be off a little bit, but we're usually here at 11.
I enjoy watching your show. I've been watching I think I found you a couple weeks or so. I'm up to
good.
Like a 9 in my team or whatever in the points I've given. So I've been here for a minute. Sometimes I doze off watching you, but
that's okay.
So
I tend to have that calming effect on people.
Yes. Hey, that's a good thing to have rather than riling people up, right?
No, I don't do that. If I was riling people up, I'd be like, if that was the kind of host I was, you'd be freaking out, and I don't do that.
You'd have to have your disco balls, right?
Right, disco balls would have to be there.
All right.
Well, you've been a blessing. Yeah, really.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your show. I love it. And I wish you good night.
You too. Have a blessed night, and may your space family visit you.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
A wonderful human being and a wonderful guest. And that was just beautiful. And we're going to bring up people tonight. This is a night of sharing your stories. I love stories. I also have plenty of information to share. and I do share it, but I love I like to interview people. I love interviewing. I've been doing it on radio for 21 years doing that. So if you have had contact, seeing over my house with Silver Very Fast, William Whitson. Okay. Now remember, folks, you have to be over 18 to come on the show. And William, if you can turn your camera on, I would love to bring you up to tell about that story. Again, over 18, no smoking on camera, no vaping, no drunks, no drinking, no drugs, no kids on the show, no paranormal, no religion, and no politics. I'm going to follow William. I'm going to invite William up as our actual third guest for the night, if he wants to come up and join us. 3 UFOs I've seen over my house was Silver Very Fast. And we'll just give him the freedom to decide whether he wants to come up or not. I just invited him. And no driving, too. That's right, Sue. And there's so much going on out there. And I know the hearings are coming up. They're having new hearings in Washington. Whoop-de-doo. They're having hearings in Washington about whatever, UAPs and UFOs and ETs in Congress. They're having the congressional hearings again. So this is the thing. Do you think those congressional hearings, and there's some good people that are trying to get the government to tell the truth to people in the Pentagon, do you think they will be successful in getting in these hearings these people coming forward to tell the truth? Well, maybe these people coming forward will tell the truth, about what they know, whatever department they were from. But do you think that that they will actually tell the truth? Meaning enough of these whistleblowers will come out, as they call them whistleblowers, will come out and speak before Congress, these congressional hearings on UAPs, whether they're actually going to make a difference. And does it really matter? Does it really matter? Because if my point of view is this, it really doesn't matter whether down the road the Congress or the Senate or the government comes out and says, oh yeah, we've known about these UFOs. We've known about them. But it doesn't matter, because when the spaceships are coming and there's going to be contact, it doesn't even matter what kind of hearings they have in Washington. It's all for show. It means nothing. The whole thing is for show. I mean, maybe I'll watch it. I want to see, obviously as a person in my background is news media, one of the things I will do is watch it and take some notes and see if they know anything and to see what they're saying, That's really, it's definitely a joke. Blessed Mom, you're correct. I do want to watch it only for the sake of getting some information and seeing if any one of these whistleblowers is going to really go forward and say something that they know about that they're not supposed to tell the public. Now, if that happens, that will be busting the matrix. But if it's just for show and tell, it won't mean anything to the public. I mean, some people in the public say, oh, wow, that's really cool. They're actually talking about the stuff, Oh, yeah, all my shows are on. If you missed any shows, Julianne, Astro Command Spaceship News, all my shows are on there. It's all, April, you're right. It's all facade. It's scripted, Tabitha, you're correct. It really is. So, let me see here. I'm going to bring up James. I hope everything's going okay in Florida. I know that whole area down there got devastated. I couldn't believe the floods in North Carolina that I saw. Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, I feel really, I feel a lot of heart for the people out there that got hit by that hurricane. I think there's another one coming. But James, good evening. How you doing?
Hello, everybody. Greetings, Earthlings.
And how did you do with the hurricane? Are you okay?
Yeah, we lost power. Commander, this storm was really weird. It was right above us, but it didn't rain. It was weird. It was like the storm didn't start raining until it got to Georgia.
That's pretty crazy.
And we were in Tallahassee, and we got hit right with the ice storm, and it rained a little bit, but not as much as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's strange. That's kind of weird. But the devastation, not to get too far off, but I see a lot of the rivers that the floods, what happened to people. It's terrible, you know.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully they'll get some relief.
Yeah. So tell us what's happening on the cosmic front.
Well, let me tell you this. I just posted up a video in my house today. I saw there was these two circular clouds, Commander. They were perfect circles, like intertwined with each other. And I put up a video. I was like, is this a portal over my house? These clouds don't look normal at all.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And I think James Rockefeller was there too. He's in Tampa. And he said he saw the same dang cloud.
He lives in Tampa too, where you are?
Yeah. Yep.
So he was eyewitness to the same thing you were seeing over your house.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he's not too far from me,
Mm-hmm.
within 10, 15 miles.
Well, but that's kind of like a synchronistic thing. If two people can witness the same thing within 15 miles, what did you think it was? The clouds that were circular. What was your inner feeling?
It was. I just think today was a day of new beginnings. I feel, even though it's the end of the month, I believe that there was a big energy shift releasing from the storm and from everything. And me personally, I have angelic contact. So I was in prayer today, and for me, it was just like a sign of good things to come. That's what I feel. I feel that, things are going to be good. I think that contact, this whole thing with the James Webb telescope really has me intrigued.
Yeah. You heard the video that I recorded that I got. Have you?
Yes.
Okay. And that was an experiment on my part. After watching so many people on TikTok 5 or 6 days ago going nuts with this thing, I said, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to ask that app a question and see, because it never gives me an answer when I talk about this stuff.
Right.
But for some reason, the way I questioned it by saying objects coming to Earth, it gave me an answer. If I said object, it was talking asteroid. When I said objects, everybody, it gave me this answer, which I had to play on here. I had to record it and document it. And I told people, hey, if you want to take the recording and share it. It's all about, everyone should know about this stuff, and that's really my core belief system when it comes to media. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important that people, because for me, it's, NASA, we've already got the admission of UFOs, right? But now we have the scientists saying, wait a second, we have this object in the sky that, naturally we've been tracking, and now it all of a sudden changed its trajectory.
Right. Heading towards Earth.
It's coming towards Earth.
Right.
And it's got other things around it as well.
Right. The other things around it, I believe, and this is where I'm going, I've been doing meditation about this whole thing. I believe there are large motherships. I believe there are city ships, and I believe there are smaller spaceships that are on the outer rings of all of these. There's hundreds of them. And I think, there you are. I think there's hundreds of them that are coming towards Earth. And like you said, it changed its course. Now, if this was a natural structure, like a big asteroid, it would be going in a certain direction based on the pull of however that works in the universe, in space.
Yeah.
This thing, it just switched. It switched. They saw it switch. They can't deny it switched. It got out that it switched. And you have to say to yourself, oh, that's not some like natural rock form. That is actually some intelligence that said, or intelligences that said, we're switching and heading to Earth. And maybe it was their main purpose anyway, right?
Right. And it's the shape of it, it's a perfect square. Yeah. It's not like it's a asteroid. It has geometry to it.
Geometry does. The other part is, though, when the AAP said an armada of spaceships, I also believe that there's hundreds of ships around that specific thing. Now, we can all speculate as to what that square is. Is that square a traveling city ship, enormous,
That's what one of the guys said. He said a city ship. That was exactly how he described it.
Yeah, I think that's what I think. In my own theory is, because we haven't seen it yet, I'm going out a little bit on a stretch here, but I'm getting that it could be a city ship, but there are hundreds of spaceships coming with it. It's not just itself. There are tons of these spaceships. Ever since I listened to the app say what it said, I've been meditating and really going deep on this. And, I don't want to give misinformation out either, but I think you're talking about a whole fleet of ships that are coming with this object.
Well, I think what we're going to see, Commander, is we're going to see more contact. We're going to see more encounters before this ship comes. And what's funny is, when does it say it's supposed to be arriving? Between 2026, 2027. You've always said mass contact 27.
Right.
You've changed your timeline, but from the core of it, it's always been 2027, right?
And it's always been pretty consistent. And also, I would say, and I must say to my sister April, she and the group of us that are going to be participants for people that don't know this, there's a group of us that are going to be going off planet next year. And we don't know when. We're not worried about when. We all have spent enough months since this all started happening to really go into meditation, to really go into inner reflection. And we've changed. We've changed from the people we were last year, all of us have, to where we are now, because hey, look, nothing stays the same. But I'm like, people say, well, did you go on? The people see me on the show. They say, Commander, did you go on the ship yet? And I tell them, take a deep breath. I'm relaxed. When I go on the ship, I will be going on the ship. They'll know. My family on the ship will come.
We'll all know.
And we'll all know. And they might come in the room when I'm live on doing my TikTok, and they'll say it's time to go on the ship. I'm very comfortable now. I'm at peace in myself. All of us are. All the five of us are very much at peace. We all gone to know each other really well. And, it's like having friends that you've known for years. And the thing is, it's just real stuff that's happening. My friend April has a lot of information, and we're getting that information shared. And, I think it's just there's one point person with the four of us. And that's the way it's supposed to be. The space people made that decision. We didn't make that decision, but we're happy. We don't care whoever the point person is, because we're all in it together. And we all know that Johnny is one of our people, and is one of my moderators. He's part of the five. Kit Kat, Chesno, myself, and then, of course, April. And she's documented everything to a key regarding what's happening. And we do Saturday nights. We're going to be doing another Ashtar night, and hopefully we can provide you. But during the show here, I'm starting to integrate more of that Ashtar stuff, because I have to, because the contact is starting to get ready to happen. There's no way around it. I still love to interview everybody. I'm still doing that a lot. I want to hear people's stories. I want to know what's going on out there with you, because that's part of disclosure. But we are going to be like with the thing coming to Earth, the cube. I think, that's not the only thing. I think there's many, many civilizations that are very advanced, that are spiritual beings, people that are coming here. They're already here. There are ships here right now that we don't even see, that are cloaked around our planet. There are space people in our oceans that are here, living here. There are people in Mount Shasta and Telos that have been here for ages. There are people in the Agartha network, the inner cities, the inner Earth civilizations that have been here way before current humanity. These are all things that exist right now. We keep thinking, what about the ones coming to us? Yeah, they're coming, but people forget that there are space people that have assimilated into our planet. Some of them might be doctors. Some of them might be dressed as a lawyer, a woman or a man. And you can see looking at their face that they're beautiful and their energy is different. They live here amongst us. I mean, I will go out on a limb. I've stated that I don't come from this planet. I came out of the closet over 21 years ago. I don't care. I don't care. I am not from this planet. I'm human. I have a Christ consciousness that is a very big part of who I am. But that's also what all the space people have. They have a Christ consciousness. Not every human being understands what Christ consciousness is, but the space people do. And they live in that harmonious relationship with everything, because they live in that consciousness. So, what James is saying is, and what I'm talking about is, we have to, it's exciting to be alive now, because with all the problems we have, there's a lot of good things that are happening. And we have to just trust in ourselves and trust in what's coming to understand that all these things are going to have a positive effect on who we are and where we're going as a civilization,
Yeah, I think that as contact happens, more and more contact is going to inspire people
Mm.
to realize that society has to evolve, right? We
Yeah.
have to free ourselves from this matrix, from, believing the powers that be and not the energetic flow of the masses, because the energetic flow of the masses is screaming and clamoring for peace and clamoring for ascension, and that hidden hand, the same people that told us for 70 years that UFOs aren't real are still fighting it. Now they can't deny the UFO part, so they're going to try to make us feel crazy in other ways, right?
And also, they're going to try to do this, people. This is one thing I don't want anyone to fall for this garbage, because it's what they do. They're going to, we have I never thought, at first, this is something that I said, this is not true. A couple of years ago, when I heard that there was a space force being created, okay, by our own governments of the world, maybe the US or whoever, I said, first, are you kidding? What a space force? What do you mean a space force? What is that? Then I realized, maybe this thing is real. Maybe it's always been real. Maybe it's always existed. They just decided to tell the people that we have a space force.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
So,
I mean, how quick from the time they announced it to the time they were like, had people enrolled and a budget and everything, was like real quick. Like
yeah.
the government can't get anything together that quickly, but
Right.
Space Force, we can get
We got
it done.
And that was and they wanted that to be, they think that would have been covered up, and they didn't want people to know that there is something like that. But maybe they slipped and they made a mistake by telling people that there is a space force. Now, what is that space force to be used for? Let me go into this. I spent plenty of time meditating on this. I'm going to tell everybody on this show what I think from an Ashtar Command perspective. The Space Force was designed for one thing: to try to prevent the star people from coming to Earth and being able to land on our planet. That's the essence of the Space Force. It's not there to protect us from having a war with Russia or China or India or something. It's not there to protect us from another country shooting nuclear weapons to America or to England or to Denmark or whatever. The Space Force has got one purpose only. Whether they say it or not, their own purpose is to try to stop the positive beings from other planets from making contact with Earth. Let me just express something here, because I need to do it. I am now so amped up here, you wouldn't believe it.
Amped up, folks.
Okay. What they need to do is realize that they're not going to be stopping contact. And if anybody in the government's listening to my program, you're not going to be able to stop the contact that's coming. You're not going to be able to stop the human beings from wanting contact that are here in this room or anywhere in the country, whether they have a phone or whether they have a social media app or whatever. It doesn't matter. You cannot stop this. You covered it up for 70 years, and you're not. I'm speaking on behalf of the Ashtar Command when I say this. The space people have ships that are way more advanced than the Space Force that the U.S. Pentagon has. All your ships will be neutralized before they can even get off the ground. Understand this. Every single thing that is maybe used against the space people will be neutralized. It will not be operational. I'm saying this very, very strongly to those around the world who are in those levels of top secret things that are involved in those projects to try to stop contact. You're not going to be able to do it. And I'm speaking right now as an Ashtar Command person, not just a talk show host.
He's the man from Mars.
Yep. And I had to say that because it's really, this whole thing, there's all kinds of agendas out there. There's all kinds of internet websites with misinformation. And luckily, thank goodness, I don't go to anybody's website. I don't worship any one person out there. And when you start doing that, you get in trouble. And if somebody thinks they're like a higher than thou person, be skeptical of that person. Watch out for those kind of people. If they don't come in truth and love and light, don't be duped into it. It's just things are too important now to be. There'll be people that are going to say, "Oh, I'm the way." Like in religions, there are people say, "I'm your way. This is the way you should be going. That's the way you should be going." No, the only way you should be going is within. The only way you don't need anybody else to know what you need to know. You need to go within to connect with your star family. That's how you connect with your star family, not by somebody claiming they're going to get you there. you know, one thing I've done in my workshops, I've always taught people to be liberated, to bust the matrix, and to walk, once they go out of my workshops, to be able to do the things that I've talked about and not have to follow anybody. Just follow their heart, follow their inner understanding. That's how you connect with your space family, your star family. Everybody has one. I mean, you know, so yeah, I'm like on a little bit of a roll right now, but that's just the thing, you know. When I'm amped up like this, watch out. If you do not believe if you don't believe any of this stuff is real, I will clobber your matrix in 2 seconds, I can do it.
Not mess with Commander.
And James knows how I work, you know. So if you are being trapped in a program system on 3D, I will bust your matrix. Here.
Commander, somebody in the chat had an interesting question, and I wanted to expand on this.
Yeah.
On Mars, I know that they don't breathe oxygen. What is it? Are they able to operate? Is it oxygen? Is it nitrogen? What is the?
Yeah. So, you know, for a long time when Mars had a problem, I'll bring that person. When Mars had a problem, I think Bohemia Light is their oxygen. Hey, Bohemia. I like to bring people up here. Let's see if she can come up. Bohemia, we're going to bring you up. You can ask me that question. And as a guest, I know who Bohemia is. If you'd like to come up, we'd love to have you here. And you can ask me that question right on the show. Or I can just answer your question there. So in terms of Mars, for billions of years before that, Mars had a problem with oxygen because they tested certain technologies that kind of backfired. The Martians are a very advanced civilization, and it took millions of years later to get back to a world where there was oxygen. So right now, the current Mars you're looking at now in the sky has oxygen, has a blue sky. There's water mostly within Mars, oceans, rivers, all kinds of things. There's vegetation on the reverse in Mars. There's some structures on the surface of Mars right now. And again, roughly about 10 to 15 million Martians live on the planet. They're very spiritual people. They're very human. They're a little bit taller than the average human on Earth. And they have families. And contrary to all the misinformation on websites on Earth, on the internet, the Martians are nothing like what you've probably heard about on the internet. Nothing like that.
I got a question.
Yes.
Martians versus Earthlings. Who's been in this area longer?
You mean between Mars or Earth?
Yeah. So have the Martians been around longer than the Earthlings?
Oh yeah, the Martians have been around way longer. I can't give you a specific amount of millions or whatever years, but the Martians have been around. The Earth is billions of years old. Right. The planet Mars is also billions and billions more older than the Earth.
I see people
much
saying
older planet.
Was that Mars is healing itself. Do you think that when contact, this is a good question, when contact happens on Earth, when we have that contact, because I'm assuming that, you know, they're close, and especially in that timeline, Mars is going to be real close to Earth. Do you think that Mars will be able to reveal themselves as well and possibly take that technology that they have under the surface and reanimate the planet itself? Because are they living under the surface for protection or necessity?
For protection, and I just want to answer someone's question. Blessed Mom, so well, you heard about super soldiers on Mars. There's no like soldiers, and it's not mostly a male population, and there's no queen leader. The Martians have men and women and children. They are just like a lot of planets that have a human population. They don't have like a queen leader, so to speak. They have like a council on Mars that is very democratic, and what you would use the word democratic on Mars. But they don't have anybody like a king or a queen. But they live in a very, very beautiful way and very harmonious way with the Creator, and they all operate in Christ consciousness. All the people on Mars. Just to, hey, Blessed Mom, good to see you, by the way.
Venus might have a queen, right?
And let's see, El Senor de los
He's been in the chat
Ceros.
about his uncle that works with Skunk Works.
Oh yeah, I want to bring that person up. Let me see, where is he? We'll go backwards. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO show. Now, I'm not just a normal UFO talk show host for 21 years on radio and NPR radio. I'm a contactee. I've had a lot of background in the subject on a very spiritual level. I don't deal with the nuts and bolts of it. I don't care about the nuts and bolts of ufology. I care more about visitations. I care about the crop circles. I care about people that are being visited by space people, their cosmic family. If you've been abducted, I've had many people on here that I've dealt with who have been abducted and have actually taken the implants out of them. But go ahead, James. You see something?
I've got some info that I received on crop circles, which is going to be awesome. So there was these ancient carvings in these walls, right? And they're part of those moon carvings, where the people were, talking about the creatures from space and whatnot. So it was what somebody was trying to decipher was that they thought it was more like blueprints, like technological blueprints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was a crop circle that was found recently that these crop circles also matched this ancient text that was found on the walls, and they're saying that what the ETs are doing is they're essentially trying to give us code, give us technology, give us language through these crop circles. Your thoughts on that?
What they're doing is the crop circles are encoded. My friend, a dear friend of mine, Colin Andrews, for people that know Colin Andrews, he lives in Connecticut in the United States here. I know him for years. He wrote many books on crop circles. He's a good friend of mine. And he's decoded, he spent many years in Salisbury Hill and that whole area in England and recorded the sounds in crop circles. Many times the real crop circles, not the ones that college students are making, but the real crop circles. There's a message to humanity in those crop circles. Not all of them have been decoded. If they ever decode them, there's definitely sometimes in the designs of the crop circles the space people put on in the field, they have a meaning. They all do. Sometimes you see it in the way they're designed. Sometimes you don't. Like some look like planets, and others look like there's a message there that people need to know about or see. So crop circles are amazing because they're the real ones. There's an energy field in. If you go into a real crop circle with the right equipment and turn the meter on or whatever the thing to read frequencies, you can hear sounds. Colin Andrews recorded sounds in crop circles. When there are fake crop circles, they didn't hear anything. And you can tell that they were, college students that were art students doing it, or the old Doug and Dave thing that they said they did all the crop circles, which was completely fabricated and a lie. They never did anything like that. First of all, they were too old to do that many crop circles, and they probably would have had to go in and had a big jar of water or something. So it's just that I know a lot about that subject. And there are crop circles that happen all over the world. There was a crop circle when I went up to...
The scientists have done a good job of being able to discern what was man-made and then what is made by the UFOs based on the technology, based on the energy readings.
Readings, that's right.
And you can see it. I've seen the ones that were man-made compared to the ones that wasn't, and it's wild.
And if you watch on YouTube any Colin Andrews videos on YouTube that exist with crop circles, you'll see him use some not Geiger counters, but certain technologies that pick up energy in the crop circles. If the crop circle is faked and not real, you'll see that the way the grain is facing downward is really different,
Right. Yeah, okay. You can tell. What's up in the chat? Somebody.
I don't know about that.
Appearing.
Yeah, Nature's Whispers has been on my show. He has his own live. I have not been focused on any of those things. I have no idea about any of that. I'm so focused on my show and on the contact and the mission. Nature Whispers is afraid he's going to disappear.
I think we missed something.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's Oumuamua. Is that what's the pronunciation? Yeah, that other thing, that is also interesting, but no, it's not that. This is a different. This thing that's coming to Earth is not that. It's a different object altogether.
And what about this second moon that's supposedly in orbit right now? This astro.
Now they showed a picture of it. There's this so-called second moon that's orbiting Earth for about 2 months.
Right.
Can I ask them something is wrong?
Cabin.
I know. It's a sign of the return of the Lord. Nature's whispers.
What?
Okay, so let me explain something also about the Jesus Christ for people. So my friend April has been on the ship and met Jesus Christ, who was, when she first met him, he's wearing very relaxed clothing. Like if you were like a hippie back in the 70s or 60s, very, very cool looking person. But so he's on a spaceship. He not just on a spaceship, but he works with the Ashtar Command directly. So there's no returning of something like the Lord Jesus.
He never
he never left. He's on a spaceship. So I know this inside out because I work with April and I know the stories. And he's not always on a spaceship, but he is on a spaceship. Let me see here. Look it up. So I don't really need to look it up because I already know he's on a spaceship, if that's what you're talking about. Time travel from the future. Yeah, forget the Bible. This is the thing. One of the things I will say here, loud and clear, I throw the Bible out the window. I throw the Quran. There's no religion. I throw all the religion out. The only religion there is the religion of love, and that's it. That means there's no book on love. You either are love or you're not love. Jesus, I don't care about the Bible. I don't care what they say. That was written by Earth-based 3D people back in the day. I know you're not religious, but it's not going to happen that way. Jesus is on a spaceship. MW say he's being attacked. Who's attacking him? Nature's Whisperer, who's attacking you? I don't want to get too focused on that because of the show. Oh, I know you are. So this other person saying you're being attacked, and I don't understand what's going on here. So I really don't want to get... let's see here. So I want to really get back to focus here. I did not, hence, Spaceship Commander Jesus on my bingo card. I don't quite understand that either. They are next in his cabin. They are next to his cabin. Who's next to your cabin?
Yeah, I want to know who's next to the cabin.
So MW, how do you know that? I'd like to know who's next to your cabin.
No, MW is saying that somebody's Nature's Whispers can't cabin.
So Nature's Whispers, who's next to your cabin? I don't want to take the whole show up on this, but I want to continue on. I'm not... I don't know. I really don't go into biblical events here. I'm really very steadfast in the way I look at things, and it's kept me very healthy to not do that. And I just basically, just want people to realize what's happening now is the transformation of the planet. It has nothing to do with biblical events. It has to do with earth changes, with cosmic changes, and with the whole idea that we've talked about this on the show for the longest time, that contact is coming. And that has nothing to do with biblical events or what men who wrote these Bibles and books 2,000 years ago. It has nothing to do with that. And
another thing, if anybody is under any type of attack from anything, Commander will be the first to tell you it is not something of love and light.
Yeah, and I agree. My friend Nature's Whisperer, that I do understand. He's coming. Yeah, he's on a spaceship, and my friend April has met him a couple of times already with a fleet. And yes, Jesus is all love. And it's not just about Jesus. The Ashtar Command is coming with fleets and fleets and fleets of spaceships to the planet Earth. Our fleets, I've been with the Ashtar Command since I was a kid, even though I didn't know what the word was until I became an adult. I knew when I met my space family that one time when I was a kid in light blue outfits, I didn't know what to call them. I just knew they were beautiful people. But obviously, I think they were from the Ashtar Command, just letting me see them and telling me not to forget who I was. So I've never forgotten who I was. You know, the one thing I've done in my journey, which is so important, I've been, you know, over the years, people try to derail me and whatever, never happens. I always keep walking straight up the mountain. You can try to throw me off the mountain. I will not be thrown off. I will keep going all the way up the mountain until I get to the top. And I'm not even there yet. I mean, I'm still going up the mountain. And if you think you've gotten to the top, then you stop growing spiritually and cosmically. But when you keep going, there's no end to the mountain. The mountain is endless. It's endless, folks. The mountain is completely endless.
Yeah, we don't get to the mountaintop. We just keep ascending.
We keep ascending.
Yeah.
That's the key. There's no limit. There's no stopping point. If you say, well, I did it all, you didn't do it all. You haven't even begun to do it all. We're like little babes just growing into our spiritual cosmic selves now. We're going to be, when we have contact, we're going to be like the new flowers that are blooming from a tree in multicolors for the first time in our lives. You know, so get ready for that, because that is like, for whatever reason I'm saying all this tonight, that is just key thing you need to know, is that you've got to be loved. You know, don't put anything on a pedestal. Understand that everything is communal and collective and loving, and we're all here to be part of that. You know, we're all here to be part of it.
Right.
That's the part and that's the key thing with my show, is that, yeah, it's a UFO it's a spiritual UFO talk show, because it brings everybody together from all walks of life, from all over the world. You can be a former police officer. I've interviewed them. I've interviewed people that were in the DOD. I've interviewed other people that have had experiences. You know, it's just an amazing place. People are willing to come here and come out of the closet, which I think is the most important thing people can do now. You know, I can't express it enough how important it is for every man, woman, and, you know, out there and around the planet to be who you are, to step out of your fear. If you've been having contact, don't be afraid to talk about it here. It's a safe place to do it. This is probably one of the few shows where you wouldn't be harassed for doing it. And I've made this a safe place because now, 30 years later, we are ready for the truth. You are your truth. If you tell me your story, it is your truth, you know? It is.
Guys, Commander will bring him up if he puts a request in. Commander can't bring people up without them allowing him access.
Yeah, if they request it. And again, I'm going to try to do as many interviews as I can tonight. Yeah, Sean, it's a great time to be alive. Really, it is. It really is a great time to be alive. You know? And I think that we're at a crossing point, like we're crossing a bridge that we've wanted to get across. We only have a couple more months left in 2024. And when we get to 2025, if you think this year was kind of crazy, next year is going to be even more amazing than this year. With all the things going on, next year is going to be more amazing than this year. It doesn't stop. This is only the beginning. It's not even stopping, you know? Say again?
Every year should get better and better before time.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's weird? This is going to be weird for people. Energetically, things are going to get better. But societal-wise, society might go through a rough change because people aren't going to be used to it or ready for it, right?
Senor, would you come up? Commander, did you get a heads up on the UFO encounter in Van Nuys, California? No.
Van Nuys had a mass sighting.
Yeah. El Senor, press the multi-guest option and come up.
Yes.
Your setting is on private, so I can't invite you. If you go in the multi-guest option, you can come up, and also change your setting to public, because that you have it set to private, and I can't get you up here.
Right.
El Senor de los
Señor,
Gios?
de los Cielos. I can't read in my eyes. Oh, I'm getting old, Commander.
Don't say that word. But
I'm getting look at me.
no, you're doing good. Let's see here. See, if you can change your setting to public, if you need to go out and come back in, go to your settings and change it from private to public, and I can bring you up. Or go to my multi-guest option, and I'll bring you up here on the show.
Good nature advice. Okay, he sent a request. Is that my family from Hawaii sending me love? Thank you.
Let's see.
Oh, everybody's feeling like you're under attack. Guys, we're not going to have none of this. Commander, we need to send some good love and light out there. None of us that are connected to the Christ consciousness should be under any type of attack right now.
No, you should be under attack. I'll tell you what, what I will do is send Nature's Whispers a lot of love energy, and remotely I can say that, from this end of it here, I'll send a lot of love energy and a lot of light to your area, Nature's, because I know he's a friend of ours and a friend of the show. So we'll send him a lot of love and a lot of light. And with that said, just a quick beam of light, and I'll let it just separate the beam of light from my palms and let the beam of light do its work on clearing whatever's going on out there and to protect him. So there you go. I work very quickly here. So let me see here. And so if anybody wants to join us, I know many of you are out there all over the world. If you have anything you want to share, if you're having visitations right now, as we get in towards 2025, I want to hear your story. I know our audience all over the world would love to hear your stories. And don't be afraid to come up here. You press the multi-guest option. You have to be over 18. No kids on the show, no vaping, no smoking, no drugs, no paranormal discussion, no religion, and no politics.
And guys, it's hard for me not to talk about any of those things.
Lacey says, I still don't understand why they stay cloaked all the time. I mean, the spaceships, they need to.
Or
not always.
Being choosy.
Some of them are cloaked, and the reason why they are, they'll stay cloaked until it's time for contact. It's easy for us as humans to say, well, come on, show your ships. But then all the government people would see them, and then send their F-15 fighter jets out to try to intercept them. So the space people are smart.
That we do have technology that affects these beings. It's not just a scalar laser or anything like that. There's spiritual warfare as well that they're using against these things. There's a travesty happening with these beings that are being captured and tested, and all these things that are happening. So ETs have to be, although yes, they could disable everything. They have the technology. They have the ability. But it's still a safety risk, right?
Yeah, it's a safety risk, right now.
World War III.
Ripley Seeks Truth said, I saw one yesterday and one yesterday. They disappeared. Ripley, we are going to bring you up, Ripley, as a guest. Don't be afraid to come up on the show.
We'll get you we'll get it out of you.
I treat everybody with respect here, so I honor all people, no matter who you are. This is not your typical UFO show, and I'm a contactee, so I've had experiences, and I take what I do very seriously here. So I want to hear your story. So Ripley, if you'll come up, we'd love to have you, as long as you're over 18. And again, we'd love to have you on the show. I've seen massive ship with my friends, JC22. We're going to go random here. So we're going to hear stories, hopefully. They need to have 50 followers. They're at 32.
Oh, come on, guys. We got 4,000 people in here. You all could follow JC2232, get him up to 50 people so we can hear.
Lindsay 444 says 100 above my house, but I didn't see it. I felt it. It was breathing. It was breathing right. It was right above me.
Breathing right above me. Like you can feel the energy waves from the spaceship. Is that what you're saying?
I think she's talking about that. And again, I want to stay really focused on what's happening with everything going on right now. I know there's a lot of people that have different things they want to share.
Okay. That she could feel the energy pulsating off the ship. Like she can just feel the vibrations from it. Which
now Ripley says
it could have been one of ours. It could have been a TR3B if she was feeling it.
Now Ripley says I saw one yesterday and another today. They disappeared very fast. I'm trying to get Ripley to not be shy and come up here. Ripley, right. I just sent you I sent you a request. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host of WESU-FM's NPR radio show, Cosmic Eye Radio. RN Nurse, thank you. I thank everyone for the gifts you're giving me. They are appreciated immensely. But we are definitely interested in hearing your stories. If you've had any abduction experiences and you need help, people that have watched my show know that the last 2 months I've been given power by my father on the ship to, with the palm of my hands, I'm able to destroy implants that the lower vibrational ETs have put in people, which is against universal law. I can actually destroy the implants. And so if you've had problems like that, I'm very happy to help you unconditionally. There's no catch to it. I will really help you. If you tell me your story about being abducted, I will destroy the implant. And I can do it.
Did you have somebody in the chat said, do you remember the crash at South Haven Park on Long Island? And I know you've got a good story about this.
Oh, yeah. Matter of fact, I had a person on Long Island who's in Mount Shasta now, who knows a friend of mine from California. She was on the beginning of my show, and I talked about, yes, I know about South Haven Park. I knew the president of the Long Island UFO Network, who I went out to do an interview on cable TV when I was doing my intergalactic TV network. I actually was also on Long Island Cablevision filling in for a host there with another person, and I know exactly what happened at South Haven Park. I know that they used a technology at Brookhaven Laboratories, a beam or some sort of a device that shot a mothership down in the woods. I was out there with a group of people. We saw the burn marks of the trees, and they still had, it was like they were still smoldering. And we also saw radiation suits and canisters that were left behind because they rewired the area where the wires were taken down by the spaceship. I know all about what happened at South Haven Park.
Yeah.
I know the whole story. I know more stuff than other people do know.
It's one of the best. Peggy was in search and rescue. In that, were you involved in the search and rescue for the ship?
Peggy, I want you to press the multi-guest option. If you're part of the people that did search and rescue during South Haven, please come up. I want to hear your story.
Well, yeah, I want to ask a few questions with that one.
Peggy, just press the multi-guest option on your TikTok here. You have enough followers to come up. I can't invite you up because it won't let me when I go to your thing. I would like to hear the story. So the show is calling on Peggy. If you press the multi-guest option, the little icon, you'll see it on your screen somewhere. Just press it and request to go live with me here.
I want to go back to something that that lady was saying when she said, Lindsay said that the ship, she felt like the ship was alive. We've heard that description from DOD people as well, is that the ship is seemingly the technology and the frame and everything in the ship there's no separation.
Yeah, no, they're what we call living ships. Like within the Astro Command, we have what you call living ships. The ships are created through consciousness, collective
Right.
consciousness, and they are living ships. They are ships. They have things on them, living quarters and everything, but they're created through consciousness, which is something humans on Earth cannot do yet. But there will be a time when that will happen in the near future. So several.
Organic, yeah.
And I still would like to get, let me go back to Peggy. Where is she here? Peggy, let me see. Peggy. I'll send her a message. Peggy, come on the show. I want to get her on the show here.
Oh, I got to show you my new rabbit, Commander. I got to show you my new rabbit.
I'm trying to invite Peggy on the show. Oh, that's really good. Is that part of your new thing for your podcast, or
the wise old rabbit?
There you go. It's a golden rabbit too.
That's
Very
me.
good. Very good.
That's me, because like the white rabbit, I'm always late. I'm late.
Yeah.
Down the rabbit hole.
So I know there's a few people telling some interesting things, and yet the grace displayed minimal individual consciousness up on Bishop Hill. So up on Bishop Hill, have you had encounters with the Zeta? I think you have. I don't know that for a fact. Up on Bishop Hill, have you been having visitations with the Zeta? Let me see what she says.
Come on, guys, follow JC2232. They need 17 more followers. There's 400 people in here. Like, Rita, if you can back out and come back in.
I need help? Okay, let me bring Sage Mystic Warrior up here. I'm going to help Sage Mystic Warrior. Okay, and then up on Bishop Hill, I want to work with you a little bit too. Sage Mystic Warrior, will you come on up?
Yeah, if I'm scaring everybody away, I'll get off so you guys can talk to Commander alone.
You know what? Why don't we do that just for now, and maybe I can help these people.
My energy's a lot for people, right, Jay Falcon?
We'll bring it back. All right. Hey,
you guys get with Commander. You guys have a good night.
You too, James. Thanks for coming up, brother. And let me bring the. So now we're going to try to help some people here, and I'm going to bring up Sage, and I need to find out what's happening. Welcome to Encounters, everybody, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host with the Ashtar Command as well. Sage, good evening. How you doing?
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you well. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. And tell us what's going on.
Well, kind of like I said in the comments, I just had this realization the other night, kind of like thinking about my interactions with people throughout my life, and I realize that I recognize the same, it's like a being or spirit within different people. It's the same spirit. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah.
That obviously all these people, they're usually men. They look different, but in their eyes, I recognize this being, and it's like their behavior always is like, each person is a different tactic, but always ends up turning out, I don't know how to say it, the same. It's like someone trying to, and I don't know why, they won't leave me alone, if that makes sense.
Okay, so it sounds like just a brief moments of discussion that there is some extraterrestrial interference in your life. Am I correct?
Yes, I only acknowledged the positive until the other day when I acknowledged this negative side of it, if that makes sense.
Right. So when you say acknowledge, can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, because I've seen ships. I don't know if it's like a type of telepathic communication that I've had since about 2012. So for a while now.
And they always like come in when I'm on the right path, but whenever I'm not on the right path, or when I'm allowing negative people in my life, this is looking back now.
Yeah.
The connection kind of dissipates
Mm-hmm.
because I get engulfed with this certain type of people that keep re-entering my life and squeezing their way in until I
Okay,
recognize them, and then I call them out and I cut them off.
okay, so basically you're talking about human people that you've had in your life, just like like if I were talking to you in a coffee shop, it'd be like that kind of thing, correct? Or not?
Yeah, is like that's what I think. So it's perceived. It's like they try to get. It's like my relationships, and it's not like that. I'm like, oh, I just hate my exes. It's like it's a certain behavior, a spirit within them that reemerges every single time. And once I recognize it, then I'm done with them, and they don't like it. But it's like the same spirit occupying. Does that make any sense?
Kind of does. It sounds like you're dealing with an extraterrestrial energy that you
Yeah.
have had positive stuff happen, but you've had these negative ETs or ET try to interfere with your life, correct? That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yep.
Okay, how
Yeah.
would you like me to do something that will help you from? So this is going to be different. And if I don't know how much you know about my show or my background on the show, I work with the Astro Command with a group of 4 of the people that are going to be going off planet pretty soon, probably by next year. And we'll be coming back, but we're going to go back and forth, so to speak. So my father on the ship gave me some abilities that I'm still learning how to use. How would you like me to clear the energy, not only in your home, but also scan you and prevent that from happening ever again?
I would appreciate that a lot. I'd be so thankful and grateful.
I'm very quick to learn of what's needed. Will you ever? I don't know why I'm asking this, but I think it's important. You might not even remember it. Were you ever visited and abducted and implanted with ET implants? For some reason I'm asking
I'm
that
not
question.
sure. It's crossed my mind. It's crossed my mind a lot throughout my life. I just don't remember anything. I have had things in my room with me, but it's usually like kind of confusing. I'm like, oh, well, I was just kind of asleep. So it's not like definitive. I'm
See.
just never fully
No,
awake.
you've been abducted. You were making, your mind was played with. Now I understand. I need to help you. This will only take a few minutes.
Okay.
And then I think Peggy, who worked at the South Haven Park for rescue with the thing that happened there, we're going to get her on here too. But I want to help you here first. And people, what I do here, if you're watching the show, I have the ability with the palm of my hands to destroy implants remotely from this location. I don't care if you're in Timbuktu, China, or a little island in Russia. It doesn't matter where you are. You're going to see something, and every person I work with is different. So we're going to help her. Okay.
Awesome. Thank
I
you.
want you to, let me see here. Can you go on your screen live on the camera?
Yes. Hold on. I was sitting in the bath while I was listening.
Oh gosh. Okay.
I have a towel, but hold on just a second. I
don't want to get in trouble for this.
Wait. Let me throw. Where's my
Throw
robe?
something on. Yeah. I don't want to get in trouble. Then I can see the algorithm saying you just had somebody naked on your show, and
I know, right?
that would not be good.
No. Okay, give me just a second.
Okay, take your time. And as she's taking her time, you're watching Encounters. We're here 11 o'clock at night. Most nights, sometimes it varies, but we are here at 11 o'clock at night. Kit Kat, good to see you, sister.
Okay, hold on. Almost there. All
Okay.
right, where's my video? How do I? Oh, there it. Okay. All right.
Okay, we're going to wait till that camera comes on and encounters. Our guest is Sage Mystic Warrior, and she's going to be able to turn that camera on TikTok so we can see her instead of just a picture. So there's the camera. Once the little line off the camera goes off and you press it, you save it, and there you are. Okay, there she is.
Sorry, it's
Hey,
dark.
Sage. That's okay.
Hi.
So I just want you to relax, and what we're going to do is have you close your eyes. I'm going to have you do a couple of breathing exercises. You're going to breathe in. She's going to breathe out about a couple of times. When you close your eyes, you'll breathe in and then breathe out of your nostril. You'll do this a few times until you're relaxed. And when you're relaxed, you tell me, and then I'll start doing the work. We'll start from your head,
Okay.
and I will scan your whole body for any implants.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to close my eyes here because part of what I do when I do this, I do close my eyes. I might open them during this thing, but I'm very focused on her now, and I'm going to wait till she's relaxed enough to do this. What I'm going to be doing, folks, is I'm going to be scanning her for any implants that lower vibrational ETs did to her. They're very sneaky, and if they did any implants, what she's going to do is tell me to stop. Where when I go scan her, she'll tell me to stop, which means that's where the implant is. Once we know to stop, we will go in and take the implant out of her body and destroy it. And I do this remotely. Now, you might say, well, how could this be possible? You know, I'm humbly in service to all, and my father on the spaceship gave me this ability to do this less than a month or 2 months ago. And when you feel relaxed, sister, let me know.
Okay. Good.
How do you feel?
Chill.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to start from the top of your head. I'm going to use my hands, everybody. I'm using the palm of my hands. I don't have any like space technology to work with her. Everything is remotely done with my hands. This is where the energy comes from. I'm going to switch into my Ashtar consciousness, and I'll begin. I'm going to amp up the energy and beam energy into her cellular structure of her brain first. I'm starting to feel the heat energy coming out of my palms. We're going to amp it up real strongly. And then when you feel it, Sage, let me know when you feel something. I'm amping it up now.
I feel like right here.
Yes.
Oh, right here. Right here.
Yep. Yep. So what I'm doing, folks, is I'm doing a beam of light energy into her front of her brain area. If you've never seen anything like this in your life, this is the real deal, and I'm actually doing it. Like I said, I don't come from Earth. I'm working in my consciousness, my off-planet consciousness right now, which is different from my Earth consciousness. I feel the heat coming out of my palms really strongly now. Now I'm going to go slowly and scan. If there's an area where you feel something or you sense something, I'm going slow. When you tell me to stop, if I have to stop, that means there's something within your body that needs to be taken out, most likely an implant. I'm just scanning the stomach area. I can feel the energy going into your body from the beams of light. Right there?
Yeah, wherever that was. Well, I feel it in my lower back.
Yeah. I got my hand on the back, my palm. Tell me where, right? Tell me when to stop.
Right there.
Okay. So right there would tell me that there's an implant that they put in you that you were not aware of. I'm going to proceed, everybody who's watching this, who's willing to stick around and see what I do. I'm going to take the implant out of her body. Okay? And everything I do here is documented. So I'm going in right now. I'm going to pull it out from the back. There's going to be very minimal. You're not going to feel any pain, but you will feel a tingling sensation as I pull out the implant. Even though no one here can see it, the implant is there. I am taking it out of her. Let's do this here. It's almost out. One more. Amping up the heat here. There. This is going to be the final part of it. I'm taking the final part out very carefully. Tell me when it's out. It's almost out though, but tell me when.
Okay.
Okay. That was a, man, when I think about these implants, I think they're small little things. These implants they put in people's bodies are big. I'm going to destroy the implant. Give me a moment. I give this to God. I destroy the implant, disintegrate it, and it is no longer here, and it is now totally broken down into nothing. Keep your eyes closed, please. I've taken out one implant. I want to make sure there's no other implants in her body. I'm really amped up now. So you have to take my word for it, people that are watching this show. What I am doing is real. There's nobody out there doing what I do at all. No one could copy what I'm doing, because what I'm doing is mission work here for humanity. I feel there's one more implant somewhere. I'm going to get it, and we're going to take it out. I'm just scanning areas right now. If there's anything else there, you tell me when to stop, and I'll take it out.
It was kind of weird when you were working on this one. I felt something back here.
In your back? Let me go up there.
Like,
Okay.
yeah, the back of my head.
Yes, I'm going to go to the back of your head right now. So I'm going back to the back of her head. And when you tell me when to stop, I'm scanning for the implant. Some of these implants move around so you can't catch them, but I'll catch it. Now I've got both areas of your whole head with the beam of light going into the front and the back. We'll catch it wherever it is. I got a feeling it's moving around kind of like. Just tell me when and I'll get it. It's trying to move.
Like a tingling back here.
Okay.
Like not like at the base.
Mm-hmm.
The nape.
So I'm right now at the back end of your neck where you're pointing. I got the palm of my hand towards the side of the neck and one right on the back. Tell me when to stop. I'm closing in on that whole neck area. Okay, right there?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second. We've actually are beaming energy to make this thing just be neutral so I can take it out. I'm going to take the implant out right now. You're going to feel this. I'm taking the implant and squeezing it. It's not going to be hurtful or anything, but I'm containing it because it was moving. I'm going to pull it out. Tell me if you feel it coming out of your neck.
Yeah.
I'm pulling. Okay, I'm pulling on it now. Well, you're not seeing, people, you're not going to see this, but I am taking the implant out remotely. I'm over here in Connecticut in the United States. I'm taking it out. Taking it out. Almost. One more. Tell me when it's completely out. Almost. It feels like it's almost out, but you tell me.
I think so. It stopped.
Okay, I got it completely out. Now I'm going to use my light energy to destroy the implant. Give me a moment. I send this back up to the Creator, and I will now destroy the implant completely, and it is now destroyed. Give me a moment. Please keep your eyes closed. I'm going to put a protection around you. The 2 big implants that were in your body, have taken them out. They're gone. The implants have been destroyed. I'm putting a shield around your body now for protection. And then I'm going to do a cleansing of your house with a beam of light energy into every room. We're going to amp up the frequencies into Christ conscious levels in your room. But first this, you'll feel a invisible energy going around the shield around your body that will protect you forever. And now I'm going to send a beam of light to every room, the room you're in, bathroom, all the rooms are going to be amped up and cleared. And their energies are going to be amping up in the next few days to a much higher level. You now may open your eyes, Sage.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
You know that I feel good. I before you said you were putting that around me, I already started to feel it form, and then you said it, and I was like, oh. But it's interesting that the one ended up being back here because this is actually where I tend to get like reactive to I don't know what kind of like little breakouts or rashes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wonder if it's related. It just popped in my head while you were.
Well, the
moving
rashes were happening from the implants. The implants did things to your body. Your body reacted to the implants, and that's why you have the rashes. You should not have rashes anymore. The big
Okay.
implant, they were fairly big implants. I didn't realize how big they were to get them out, but they've all been destroyed. I destroyed both of them.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah. And I want you to say this really important word. So whenever I do this work remotely here on my show, it's really important. This is going to strengthen everything about you in terms of your cosmic being and your cosmic spirit. So I want you to close your eyes one more time. And I want you to say these words. I am a cosmic Christed. Yeah, you say them out loud. Yeah. I am I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am love.
I am love.
I am unconditional.
I am unconditional.
I'm empowered.
I am empowered.
And I will no longer be abducted or attacked by negative ETs.
And I will no longer be abducted or attacked by negative ETs.
Because I am now a Christed being of light.
Because I am now a Christed being of light.
Beautiful, sister. All right, you can open your eyes now.
Thank you.
Look at you. You look
that.
you look so much clearer now than you were before. Hey, folks, doesn't she look a lot clearer watching the show here? You look absolutely stunning. You're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. That's
See?
awesome.
See?
Wow. Yeah.
This is how
appreciate
the
you a
Astar
lot.
Commando, yeah, this is how the Astar Commando works. Beyond doing interviews, I'm empowered to help people. You see, I tell people I don't come from this planet. Now you know. You see?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You've been a blessing. You've been a blessing, Sage. Anything you want to say to everybody?
I don't know. Buckle up. Buckle up and just have fun. Enjoy the ride. So,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I have been tuning in and out of your show for a couple years now.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, so when I have the time, I like to swing by. Sometimes I say stuff, sometimes I don't, but I was afraid to ask, and I decided tonight, let's just be straight up and ask, and I'm grateful
Yeah,
that I did. So
I
thank
am
you so
too.
much. I love what you
Oh,
do.
thank you. We love you too. I'm unconditional. And people that know me know there's no catch to what I do. I came here for a purpose. I didn't know what it was when I was a kid, but now I do. And I'm so grateful to have my father give me the blessing. The Astro Command is watching our show on monitors. My father's watching it on a spaceship. And I just want to thank him. Rubar, thank you for giving me the ability to help people here. I really appreciate it. So, okay, Sage, we're going to let you down gently.
Okay.
And thanks for coming up on the show, too.
Bye, guys.
And I'm going to bring Peggy up. Peggy. Peggy. Yes, we're getting Peggy up here. I am so excited. This is going to be great.
Do you hear me?
Peggy, good evening. How are you?
Pretty good.
Okay, now you're out in Long Island, correct?
Not anymore. No, I haven't lived on Long Island since 2004.
Okay, but you were out there when the South Haven Park thing happened with the crashed spaceship?
Yeah, and I think there were two of them. I believe there was something in the 80s also.
Yeah. So the one that happened with the Long Island UFO Network, John, who was the president of that network, and I was doing a TV show and came out across the pond from Connecticut to be on Cablevision. And tell us your story. Tell us your background. What do you know in terms of South Haven Park?
I used to go there and do trap and skeet shooting, actually. Um, and I was a Suffolk County employee, so, I could get in for nothing and all that good stuff. Um, that's about all I know about South Haven, except for the crashes. And I was with Civil Air Patrol at the time.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar with them.
Oh, yeah, CPO.
Yeah, CAP. And yeah, we kind of got called to, I guess, take a look. I wasn't actually at South Haven. I was at group headquarters, but I was told to just lay low.
Lay low. Why did they tell you to lay low?
I think they knew that there was something there that shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. So when they tell you to lay low, did you go by what they said, or did you want to go out there and check it out?
I wanted to go. I wanted to go, but I was ordered by the group commander not to.
Really?
But I was stuck in, and I was public affairs, and I wanted to write about it. Nope, I was not allowed to do that either.
Wow. So the fire department, the chief probably was told by the government or somebody, that your people need to not, but they did have fire people there because I saw video footage
CAP
that's
is part
not
of the Air
public.
Force.
The what?
CAP is part of the Air Force.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I saw
Uh,
firefighters carrying an AET. This was a defense contractor that gave the president of the UFO organization this video. I saw the video, and the video shows the crash with the one of the space people with a spacesuit on, leaning against the fence or something, and they're carrying one ET out with big eyes and a whatever in a silver bag with his head looking as fireman's carrying him out of the park. And this is stuff you'll never see on TV at all.
no,
but I did
saw
get to see the videos.
Yeah, I did see something like that.
You did.
Yeah.
Tell us
Not
about
there, but I was shown video.
tell us about the video.
Oh my God, we're going back to what? Oh, 92, is it? Was it
Yeah,
92?
1992. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I was my last year in CAP. I really don't remember all that much. I just remember seeing video of it because
The video.
you just, you know, sparked my memory that I had seen it.
Now, did you see the video where the firefighter had the ET in a bag of some sort of a silver bag?
No, I didn't see that one.
Okay. What do
But
you
I did
remember
see that
about the
there was something
video?
there.
What do you remember about the video you did see the
Not much.
motorcycle going? Not much. Okay.
Not much. So
Hmm.
I'm sorry.
Did other people you worked with, did they go out to South Haven Park that night?
Yes. In
They
fact, one of
did.
them lives here in North Carolina now.
Uh-huh.
And I
And
can't get a
did
hold of
they,
them.
you can't get a hold of them. Okay.
No.
Hmm.
No, I wanted to make sure he was all right because there was a tornado in his town, so
Oh yeah, okay.
we sustained quite a bit here.
Oh
But
yeah, there's a lot of damage. Yeah, I've heard about that.
yeah, I live in the eastern part of North Carolina, but I can tell you that I have been seeing and experiencing things since I was a kid living in Freeport, Massapequa, and Freeport.
Are you experiencing like UFO sightings or
Oh
what
yeah.
was going on?
Oh yes.
Oh, so you've had your own sightings. Interesting.
Oh my God! Since I was a kid, yeah. Oh yeah. When you said back in the '60s, that's when my mother owned a marina in Freeport, and I remember seeing things back in the '60s,
Wow.
sightings. My husband, when my husband was alive, we also had encounters together. He and I were coming back from a meeting from another town. We were in Indiana, and he pulled over, and we looked out, and there was something up there with an orange light, and it was pulling something up into it. Now, a truck was behind us. They got out of the truck. They saw the same thing. We don't know what it was. Shortly thereafter, there was like something going over the house, and it was pulsing and literally pulsing the house.
Really?
And he was asleep. He was Navy. He could sleep anywhere at any time, and you couldn't wake him up. But I felt the pulsation, and I had seen things in the back. We had like 1,000 acres of field in the back that belonged to somebody, and
Yeah.
lights that were multicolored that went in revolved. And both my husband and my daughter had seen things back there too.
Oh, really?
So we have encountered quite a few things. I do.
Have you had any physical visitations by space beings or ETs
No,
or something?
I don't know because in '96 we were living in East Mauritius, and I thought it was a dream, but I had this feeling that people were pulling at me, and what I saw were, I want to say, beings that were like black and silver.
Black
And
and
when I
silver.
Yeah, at one, like I was being stretched in different directions, and when I woke up,
Yeah.
I had chest pain. I couldn't breathe, and I said to myself, "What the H had just
Right.
happened?"
So when
And
you say
I just
when
sat
you
there.
say though at that point, it sounds to me like you might have been abducted. What year was that?
It's possible. Anything's possible.
No, you were abducted. I'm reading your energy. One of the things I do on this show, Peggy, is I work with the positive space people, the Astro Command. I'm also a talk show host for over
Well, yeah, I
20,
follow
21
you.
years.
Quite a
Yeah,
bit.
so
And
so I think, yeah, go ahead.
And when I'm down in the other town, where I live, I can look out my window and to the north, and I see things that it'll flash, and then take off so fast, almost at light speed. And I see
Wow.
this every time it's clear out, every single time. And there are at least 2 or 3 of them. And there was one time I saw like I don't want to say laser, red and blue lasers, and they were like fighting back and forth. And then one of them
Wow.
exploded,
Wow.
and the other one disappeared.
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, I probably have been abducted.
So this is the thing. If you let me do this, I do believe you were abducted. And what I'd like to do is do a scanning as I did with Sage before. I took out 2 implants. And you've watched me for a long enough time to know what I do. So I'd like to be able to remotely work with you and have you do what Sage did and close your eyes. Even though I can't see you, it doesn't matter. I can still do the work. And I do believe you have at least 1 implant that was done during that time period.
I think it's in my foot.
Okay,
Because
we'll find out.
when
Yeah.
I could walk, I had an accident 3 years ago. It left me unable to walk. But when I could, I had this lump in my foot. Every time I put my foot down, it felt like I was on a golf ball.
Power of healing. Stick around. We'll get you up here. So, hey, Ashley, I do remember that. But we're going to help Peggy. So, Peggy, I want you to close your eyes and breathe in. And then you're going to breathe out of your nostrils. Do this about a couple of times. When you feel relaxed, then we'll start working with you. We're going to locate the implant in her foot, and we're going to take the implant out of your foot and destroy it. Give me a moment. Let me recenter here.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, I want you to, are you feeling relaxed? Okay, we're going to start from the head area. And I have a beam. My hands are going to get very warm as I do the work here. In less than half a second or so, you should be, or half a minute, you start feeling something around you from the top. And as soon as you start feeling the heat energy, let me know.
Starting to.
Yes. And we're going to go scan down slowly. I'm just shooting a lot of heat energy, scanning.
I do have hip replacements and
Oh,
a
you
heart
have
scan.
Okay. So I'm shooting energy down towards the foot area.
I feel weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of energy. I'm trying to find the implant near your foot. I'm going to shoot down to the, is it on the right foot or the left foot?
Left.
Okay, left foot. Give me a moment. Tell me when to stop, and we'll take the implant out. I'm going to amp up the energies a little bit here. What I'm doing, everybody, is I'm scanning her leg to the foot area. I'm going to find the implant. When she tells me to stop, I'm going to take the implant out of her foot, and I'm going to do this remotely as I did with Sage. She had 2 implants.
It's in the sole of my foot.
The sole of your foot? I'm just going to shoot energy down. It'll penetrate the front of your foot into the sole of your foot.
My foot is twitching.
Is that the foot that is having the implant?
Yeah, it's twitching.
Okay, it wasn't doing it
Actually,
before?
they're both twitching. That's weird.
Okay, so now we're going to, when I get to the implant, you tell me. I'm going to take the implant out. You tell me when to stop. Keep your eyes closed. Keep focused. I'm down near the foot area here.
I feel a pulling sensation and twitching in my toes.
Okay. So I have both of my palms working on one foot area. Okay. You can probably feel the energy moving.
Mm-hmm.
When I get to the implant, let me know so I can actually do this for the viewers.
Oh, I think you've got it.
Right there. Yep, right there. Yep, I got it right there.
Yep.
I'm going to pull the implant out. Keep your eyes closed. So the implant in your foot is going to be taken out. It's fairly big. I never realized how big these implants are in people, but this implant's pretty big. So I'm going to do this right now. We're going to take it out. I'm pulling on it now. Give me a second. I'm just going to clear out the energy in that area. I'm still pulling it out, folks.
Something's coming out.
Yep, it's the implant. I almost got it all out. Give me a second.
No rush.
Tell me when I have it out. I almost have it out. It's a big implant, but I've got the end of it almost. I'm taking it out really careful. Almost. Tell me when. Tell me when.
Not yet.
Say again?
Not yet.
Okay.
Keep pulling. Oh.
Yeah, this was a big one. I'm going to really get this thing out of you.
Oh my goodness.
Now
Feel something.
I'm taking it completely out. I'm going to amp up the energy to disintegrate it. I'm going to pull it out and disintegrate it.
It's like a
I'm
burning.
taking it out. Yeah, it's because it's been in you. I'm taking it right out. Almost. Tell me when it's out of your body.
I'm not sure.
Keep focused on that area. We'll get it out. Okay, give me 1 second. There's one blockage point on the other side of the foot, and we're going to take it out. Once I get that piece out, it'll be out. Now I'm going to take it on both ends and pull it. I'm just destroying the implant. I'm just going to make sure there's nothing left. I'm giving it back up to God, the Creator. Do one more to make sure. This will be it. I think this is the last part of it. Almost. 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 How you feel?
Toes are no longer twitching, and it's hot. The area is very hot.
Well, I'm going to destroy the rest of the implant. Give me a second. Give it up to the Creator. What I'm going to do now, everybody, is I'm going to send healing energies into that part of your foot. So for a minute, you're going to hear you're going to feel an intense amount of healing heat. You should start feeling the heat now. That's going to be healing the cellular structure within the foot. And hopefully in a few days, you'll feel no lump anymore. It's going to be all feeling much better. I'm closing up the opening where I had to pull out the implant. I'm infusing it with light energy, with healing energy, within the Christ conscious levels of light. All right. Now I'm going to have you close your eyes again. That was a lot of work.
Been in there a while, I guess.
It's been in there a long time, that implant. So I want you to close your eyes and you'll be all set. I want you to say, I am a Christed cosmic being of light.
I am a
Cosmic.
Cosmic,
Yeah, you can
cosmic
say I'm
Christed being of
Christed being
light.
of light. Okay.
I
I
am a
am
cosmic
in
Christed being.
being of
I
light.
am.
I am empowered,
I am empowered.
and I will no longer be abducted ever again in my life.
I will no longer ever be abducted ever again in my life.
Because I am
Because I am.
a cosmic Christed being of light.
Because I am a cosmic
Cosmic
Christed being
of
of
light.
light.
All right, Peggy.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to put a shield around you as my gift to you. This is just to protect you.
Mhm.
You won't see it. It's just a shield, invisible. No one will see it. And I'm putting a clearing in your house of energy to amp up the vibrational frequencies. Just a scan, see if there's any residual energies from any low vibrational ETs. We're clearing all the energy out, sending it back up to the creator. All right, Peggy, thank you so much for coming on the
Thank
show. We
you.
appreciate you. All right. And thank you for your stories, too. All right, Peggy, we're going
Thank
to let
you.
you down. All right, you have a good evening. Give me a second, folks. When you're taking out implants like I am, it takes a lot of energy and work on the show to do that. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. Ah, man. In my palm of my hands, I have invisible light energy, and I'm learning how to use it, and I'm able to destroy and break down the molecular structure of the implant in the human body. After I take it out, I destroy it. After I take it out. Thank you for the roses. You know, we're not even at 100,000 yet. Now, I need everybody to tap on the top part of the right top part of the screen. You see where it says 71.4? If everybody out here, almost 300 of you, will tap, we can get to 100,000 before 1:30. So I need everyone to do that. I mean, the least you can do is show that we can get 100,000 likes. After seeing what I do here, so now I'm getting everybody involved in the show. Teresa and TC. What it was, Divine Lighting. Where is she? Divine Lighting, are you still here? Teresa, also, I want to bring Teresa up here. It's been a wild night here. Excuse me. Thank you, Elaine Jess. Maybe one day. She's not really into TikTok. Maybe. Let me see her. I'm going to bring up two different people separately. I'm going to do Teresa NTC. Teresa NTC has a feeling they were abducted. Yeah, the Greta, the implant, I feel the energy of the implant. I don't get to see it, but I just destroy the implant. Thank you, Bonnie, for the lighting. Oh, okay, Ashley. Thanks for trying to do that. So give me a moment, folks. Here, I'm just realigning my energy. When you're taking out implants on a broadcast and doing what I do, it takes a little bit of time. Ah, Peggy, good. Good. And we might bring up one more person. We're at 87,000, 87.2. Look at the right top, everybody. That's the numbers of likes. We need to go over 100,000 in the next 15 minutes, 100,000. We're at 87.9. Let's do this thing. Let's make it happen. Oh, this is weird. Weird things are happening. Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
Good. I'm glad you came up. So tell me about your story. Give me some background here on encounters.
Well, I actually have a friend who's here right now, and she's out of earjob, but she has been the one most, frequently that has experience with like UFOs and sightings and that. I have more experience with the feelings and the telecommunication because of my NDE. So that is what I have experience with. Yeah, and also them doing this is the third time since 2016 that I've woken up with because I'm paraplegic now, and I don't
Yeah.
know if that was due to them or not, which actually very well could have been because of how it was done. Somebody said they were going to fix my brakes, and they're sketchy people. My husband had just passed away in 2020 when COVID just hit, and
Wow.
I was all alone, and I was vulnerable, and they saw the opportunity, and so I didn't know if they were going to rob me or rape me or whatever, but I felt I needed to get out of there because I did. I was drinking, but I wasn't drinking as much as, I into a blackout like I ended up into. So yeah, but I just remember landing the car, and it was an 18-foot cliff, and yeah, I became paralyzed like that.
Oh my God. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but yeah, I just feel that they mess, with me telepathically, and also with the inscriptions, you know.
Now, when you say they, are you talking about negative ETs?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
and I did actually see in the clouds, and I do have pictures. That's why I wanted to get your email address because I have pictures of them with the pink cloud as of recently, of them coming in. Are they coming in or out of orbit, Lori? Here's my friend Lori. She knows like a lot more about
Hey,
how.
Lori.
Hey,
They're coming in orbit.
yeah,
They're coming in.
They're coming in. Yeah. So that's crazy because it's right. I live across the field from not in TC. I messed up. It should have been Texas, but I didn't really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just across the field over there by there's a crematorium, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where the pink. It usually has like a little bit of dust, like smoke looking.
Yeah.
But it's pink. It was
It's a
pink.
cloud.
Yeah, it was pink, and then the sunset or was setting. It had already set on the side because we can see it clearly on the east right here, and then over here there's this just pink cloud. I mean, it was
No, it was like a
what?
like a beam.
Like a beam. It was a neon pink beam. Yeah, it was.
Wow. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that was very interesting because I don't know kind of.
Because they always come when there's supposedly storms.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Lori, yeah, she does know. She knows that. She's the one that told me about.
So these beings that are appearing, how would you like that to stop? Like completely get rid of them?
Well, if they're negative, they have negative intent. I would just like for them to completely stop, if they have a negative
So,
intent. If not,
well,
if it's used for the advancement of civilization or humanity or, or however,
right.
that's fine. They can definitely do that because I'm open to that because science is learning and, experimenting in that. So I'm open to that.
Right, but again, we don't know who we're kind of dealing with here. So this is the one way of figuring that out. Give me a moment. Let me just get some water here, and folks
Okay.
will be right back. I need to take a little water break
Okay.
after
Thank you.
I've been doing like a couple implant removals tonight, so I'll be
Yeah.
right back, folks.
Commander.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Just don't try to tell him that you saw this.
But I want to send him the picture.
I know, but that was fucking aliens. I don't give a fuck what
It was.
anybody said.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So I got my water here.
Okay.
And we'll do this here. And we have to be careful with languaging too because of the TikTok.
Oh.
So
Okay,
yeah.
sir. Sorry.
All right, no problem. So here's what we're gonna do. Let me see here. I think do you have, as your camera, let me see here. Do you have the ability to turn your camera on?
Yes, I do.
Can you turn your camera on for me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because it's always better when I can see the person and everything. So I'll wait till you have the camera on.
My camera on.
And thank you, folks. We're at 100,006. That's great. I thank everyone for getting us up there. We're going to help Teresa right now, and we're going to make sure that she doesn't have any problems. The camera's still not on yet.
How do I turn the camera? Wait, okay, click on that, and then, click on.
And save it. There's like a line over the camera.
Got it. I got it. And then?
Press save.
I did. See?
Yeah, you do have camera ability because it says that.
Push save. You see me push it?
I don't know.
Yeah, your camera has a little icon there with like a white line over it. If you press that and let the line go away, then you can come on. That line will disappear around the camera icon.
Oh, okay. So actually go to my camera thing? Wait, go
to your camera icon.
Okay. I got it. I put the camera on it, but save.
Save.
It's not saving it. See, this is what they do. It's not saving it.
Weird.
I pushed it. Lori didn't use. Turn on. Turn off. There we go. Okay, I got it. There we go. Hello.
I don't see you yet.
You see me?
No, not yet. But I know you have enough followers to go on camera. You have over 600 followers. There you are. Now you got it.
Doing.
There you
We're
go.
outside.
Oh, that's good. That's good. So we're going to help you out here. And I want you to do is, my pleasure. I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to work from the top of your forehead, from the top of your head. And folks, what we're going to do is work on her whole body and scan for any implants that might be have been done. Because usually, if they can come when they want to and do what they're doing, they have some way of doing it because there might be an implant, most likely within her physical form. So as you close your eyes, I want you to breathe in and then breathe out of your nostril a couple times until you feel totally relaxed. And when you feel relaxed, just say, Commander, I feel relaxed, and we'll know that. You're watching Encounters here, and we're on nightly at 11 o'clock. This is the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media above all others anywhere in the world.
There you are.
Commander, I feel relaxed.
Okay. Now I'm going to work here. I'm going to switch to my Ashtar mode, which takes me a mini second or two. And as I'm doing this together, I'm going to scan your brain and scan through the area above you, above before your neck. I'm going to go slowly, and then just to test to make sure you can feel the energy amping up over you. I'm doing some movements here to amping up the heat energy. You should be able to feel something in a minute.
I do.
When you do feel it. Okay, good. What I'm doing, folks, is real. I'm not using any magic. I'm not using any pendulums. I'm not using crystal balls. I come from off planet. I'm with the Ashtar Command. I am a Christed cosmic being of light here in the human experience, and I'm here to help humanity. And we're going to help Teresa. And as we go down around your head, I'm shooting energies of light through you to scan. You'll tell me if I reach an area where there's an implant, you will automatically be able to tell me yes. Your inner guidance will tell me this. We're scanning now. I feel like I'm getting close to something here.
Yeah, it's
Right there? Right
it's in my
there?
it's in my abdomen area.
Okay. Okay. Am I right there at it?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take it out. Okay. I'm sorry you're hurting. I'm going to take it out of you. I'm going to try to do it as gently as I can. I'm sorry. I'm going to pull it out. I'm using both hands here. I'm going to pull it out. I'm pulling it out from the front. I ask my Father to give me as much power as I can to heal this person and take this implant totally out and destroy it. I'm pulling it straight out. I'm trying to be as gentle as I can here. And you'll tell me when it's out of the abdomen. I'm just going straight out with it. I keep going until it's all out.
They're here. They're here.
I'm taking it out. I'm taking it out.
Yeah,
Tell me when it's out. Is it out?
it's coming out.
I'm taking it out.
God dang, it's coming out. It's out. It's out.
Oh my God. I'm going to destroy it right away.
You. God.
I ask my
Huh?
Father in the command to help me destroy this thing right now. Destroy it. Destroy it. Destroy it, please. And give it back up to the Creator. Now, it's never to be. I'm destroying it. It is gone. It is gone. It is gone. In the name of the Christ consciousness light, it is gone on behalf of the Astral Command. It is gone.
On your hip.
Thank you, God.
Give me a moment to take a break here for a second.
You kept saying it's in your stomach. You kept saying it.
I know.
Kept saying that.
Take your time. Relax. Relax. Take a deep breath. Relax. 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 That was a big deal. I've never had to deal with that before. That was a big implant.
Yep. And she said it too. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you, because we found it because you helped me find it.
I think there's one in her hip.
Thank you. My hip.
Yep.
And probably.
We'll get all the implants out of you tonight.
Thank you.
The
Thank you.
long one, big
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's where they do the female experiments, where I think I'm pregnant every couple months, and then it. Yeah.
Well,
anyway.
they're not going to be doing anything anymore because they're afraid. Now that I've got a hold of the situation and the Astral Command does, they're not going to touch you anymore. We have more power than they'll ever have, sister.
That's something about the difference between grayling and reptilians.
But I want to, before we get into anything, I want to finish healing you.
Okay.
It's my responsibility. Now that we did one implant, I will find the other two implants that they put in you and we'll destroy them.
Yes.
Okay, let me just rescan here. And if there is another implant, you tell me when to stop.
What about your legs? You can't feel it. Well, you could feel inside of it.
I think it's in my right foot.
Your right foot. I'm going to shoot energy toward the right foot and the left foot just to make sure. I'm using both of my hands. And if there's anything there, let me know.
It's in my right foot. Because it just feels, I mean, I'm a paraplegic though, so it's hard to say, you know what I mean, with my nerves and
Yeah.
so weird right now. But I just feel like they're doing something with my right foot.
Okay. So
So maybe it's my nerves. But
I'm doing a focus on your, if you close your eyes, keep them closed. This is how we'll be able to find it. By keeping them closed, you can see within your whole body right now. And I'm now concentrating on both the right and left foot, not knowing which one it is. But when I get closer, I'm now trying to scan both areas of the foot. And you'll tell me if I get close enough to where it is. I think I'm almost there. Right there?
yeah, right there. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. We're going to take it out. Keep your eyes closed, please. I need the help of my Astro Command parents. I'm going to help take this out. I know they're watching on the ship. I'm going to pull this out now. Give me a moment.
Okay.
It's in two different areas there. I'm keeping my eyes closed. I'm pulling it out. I'm focused. I'm going to take the implant. There was two of them in there. I'm taking them completely out. For me, they feel like they're really long, but I'm taking them out. Man, these things are almost out. Tell me when. Still taking it out, working on the other end. We'll get it all out. I'm putting a energy around it so it can't get away. I have a shield of energy around it to contain it. Shield of energy to contain it.
Okay.
Almost.
It's out.
It's out. Does it feel like it's out now?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay, I'm going to destroy the implants. There were two of them. Give me a moment. I give this back to the God, to the Creator, to destroy everything, all the implants, to destroy every implant. They are now destroyed and gone in the name of cosmic Christed levels of light and the Ashtar Command, who I work with, my space family. Give me a moment. There are no more implants in you. They're taken out. They're gone. They're destroyed.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh,
Now, but there's one more thing I have to do, and that's go after the negative ETs. Now,
yes.
for people that know me, these negative ETs can not even touch me. I am with the Ashtar Command. I'm a Christed being of light in a human body. I can destroy them with my light energy. And we work in unconditional love. The Ashtar Command is here to bring love and light to the planet Earth, and I am here for that mission. So now I'm still working my Ashtar Command mode, not in my talk show mode. There's one thing I need to go to do. I'm going to shoot two beams of light that will disconnect from me, and I'm learning about the powers I have. I want these two lights that are coming out of me to find these negative ETs and to quarantine them. My light energy is going to be at the highest levels to find them. We are going to scan, I'm going to scan your whole area with my light beam of energy, and they are somewhere near you, but they are going to be leaving. And I am telling them now to leave you alone, because they don't, there'll be far worse consequences for them. They are to leave you alone forever. And if you ever touch her, and I know they can hear me, we will be coming after you. You're to leave her alone, her friend alone, and leave the planet and go back where you came from. You're not allowed to be here anymore. You must be gone now. Always gone now. In the name of the light and the cosmic Christed light, you're
Swelling
no
went down.
longer to interfere with her. No longer to interfere with her. You're no longer interfere with her. I'm going to put a shield of light around you right
God,
now as we speak.
swelling's
This,
going down.
this shield will be protecting you forever. I'm going to have you protected forever. You'll never be interfered with again. I am with the Ashtar Command, and I'm here to protect all who have been abducted and never be abducted again. Never, ever, ever again.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Commander. Thank you. I don't know what to say.
No need to say anything. You know, you're a pure being of love. You're beautiful.
Thank
No
you.
need to say anything.
Swelling went down.
He said, or Lori said, my swelling went down.
Yes.
It's going down.
It's going down.
It's going down. That's what
Yeah.
was doing it.
Yeah.
That's
Look at
crazy.
that, it's down.
Hmm.
I'm trying to see
So
if
I healed you from what happened, and I am going after those negative ETs. They're afraid of me, and
Thank
they
you.
will leave the planet.
Thank you, God.
ask him the difference between the 15 and the 8.
Thank you.
She has a question. They're both reptilians and the
Yep.
Zeta.
Lori had a question for you. She wanted to ask you about what's the difference between reptilians and grays?
There's no grays. There's reptilians and Zeta. They're both negative. Equally
right.
both. They're being taken off the planet by the Ashtar Command, or they are being taken off planet. They are trying to hide in some places around the Earth, but they are being taken off the planet.
Like in the clouds.
No, they're being taken completely off the planet. They'll be found. My father and the people on the ship are watching the show. They'll be alerted, and they will find these ETs that were bothering you, and they will be taken off the planet. They see everything. They've been watching the show all night. They're watching it from the ship.
That's what I thought. But what about the cloud issue? They're in the clouds, right? I see them.
They might be cloaked in the clouds to hide, but
Right,
they are
yeah,
not cloaked.
Yeah.
They will be found, and they will be dealt with.
Okay.
All
They're
of
big
them,
time.
every one of them.
They're big time in Temple, Texas, because
Yeah, they are.
Elon Musk bought Temple airspace.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is now my family on the ships have heard about this. They are going after the negative ETs, and they now have the information. So I'm going to leave it up to them because I'm not telling them what to do. They know what they're going to do, and but you are now clear.
I'm free.
You're
Thank
free.
you so much,
Look at
Commander.
you.
Oh my God, I'm free.
You look so much better.
Yes, I feel a lot better. I feel a lot lighter. Like, I mean, I feel protected. I feel safe. Because
You are
honestly,
safe.
I didn't feel safe
So,
before.
The beam of light that no one can see that I did with her, I sent out another beam of light from my palms to where she is in her part of the world. And the beam of lights that I've sent out are going to track where these negative ETs are. And that will allow us to find them and quarantine them and take them off planet. They will not be allowed to be here anymore.
Are they visual, the ones that are taking the negative energy in the sky?
Are they visual, the ones that are what?
Taking the energy?
You're talking about the beam of light energy?
No, the negative energy?
Well, the people, the ones that are hunting the entities.
The ones that are hunting
the Ashtar Command?
the Ashtar Command.
Yeah.
Well, I'm doing it. I'm sending energy. They're busy with a lot of things, but they are aware of these beings in your area, and they will. I'm not telling them what to do. I basically for a long time have stopped sending any ships. I'm not sending anything there. They're just alerted to the idea of what's happening, and they're gonna. I'm just using my energy to send those beings away from you.
Understand? Right on.
Yes, and Commander, I do want to send you those pictures. Though I have the pictures of the pink cloud and also the inscriptions on my body. That's crazy.
Okay.
Looks
And
almost like
tomorrow night, power of healing. I'll have you on tomorrow night if you feel you've been abducted. I'm I'll have you on. I think I can't do any more. I've done enough tonight as it is.
Yeah, it was. It was a lot.
You know.
You'll know the backstory soon enough. I'll tell you about it.
Yeah, look at her. You look so much different than you were when you came on here.
Thank you. Thank you.
They
Thank you.
really did it. They really tried to do a job in controlling you with those implants, and they no longer will be affected by anybody. That's
Thank
never
you
be
so
affected
much. Oh my
by
God.
anything.
I knew this was coming. I knew it. I knew it in my spirit too. Oh my God. Thank you. I feel like me again. Oh my
It's
God.
going down.
Yes. I feel like my soul's back. Like it's like it came back to me. Yeah, my spirit. Yeah. My power. It's
the light.
crazy.
It's the light of the
It's a light. Oh, okay. Okay, stop.
I'm good. I'm
Thank
going to
you.
let you guys down. You're a blessing, and you're always welcome to be here.
You are.
Yeah, you're awesome, brother. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
Thank
welcome.
you for being in our life and our world.
Yes.
Blessings to all of you.
Blessings to you. Thank
too.
you.
Okay, we're going to let them down. And I want you to know that what I do is real. I don't fake anything. I don't need to. I'm here as I state I am. I am that I am. Understand, I'm working in my Ashtar Command consciousness at the moment. Give me a moment. I know I did. I forgot one thing. I need to bring her back up. I forgot one thing. Where is she? I need to bring her back up. Yes. I need to. Where is she? Are you still here? Teresa, I need to do one more thing. Where's Teresa? Okay, we're gonna find her. I'm gonna go backwards here, Teresa. Calling Teresa. Where is she? Teresa, are you still with us? I did forget to do one thing. I need to bring you back up for a minute. Oh, there she is, Teresa. I'm bringing you back up. Oh, no, it's not Teresa. No, who's the other one? Okay. Yeah, Teresa.
There I am. There I am.
I need to bring you. I need you to come back on live. I need to do one more thing.
Well, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Save.
but I gotta do this one more thing.
Save. I'm pushing it. Save.
She'll get it.
I'm pushing. Yeah, I'm pushing it. You'll connect using audio only. No.
No,
there.
Here
we go. Here we go.
Okay.
There we go.
I forgot to do one important thing because I'm a little bit tired. I need to have you close your eyes for a minute.
Okay.
And thank you. I want you to say these things. I am a cosmic. Christed. Being. Of light. Now I'm going to say it all together. I am a Christed, cosmic being of light. And I will no longer be abducted. Repeat. I will no longer
be abducted
or implanted ever again. Because I am now a cosmic
cosmic,
Christed
and
being of light.
of light.
All right, sister. That's the only thing I forgot to do.
Thank you. Thank you
That's
so
the
much.
prayer, that's the
Yeah,
prayer,
that's a prayer.
that's the prayer.
Thank you. Thank you, Commander. We got it. I got
Okay.
it.
All right. You do. You do.
Yeah,
I'm going to
I
bring
feel
you
much better.
down. What beautiful, beautiful, beautiful people. You know, and look at the energy difference. The energy difference after I took those implants out. She is so much better, you know, so much better. All right, folks, it's getting late and I got to really get some rest here. I want to thank everybody for being here. Blessed Mom, I'm not sure. I have to let me meditate on that question because I'm a little bit tired here. You know, thank you for all your gifts. I appreciate all of you. And, you know, contact is coming, folks. It is. It's real. And I thank my Father for the gifts I've been given to help people. And I appreciate all of you more than you can even know. But for now, I'm going to go to sleep, I think. We'll catch you all tomorrow night at 11 o'clock with more of Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. And we are here to bless the Matrix, and we will. And we'll take any final gifts you wish to give us. If you want to show your support, you can choose whatever gifts you want. I'm going to leave that unconditionally up to you before we go. So it's gifting time. If you feel what we do is important, thank you, everybody, for your gifts. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the roses. Thank you for the hanging lights. Thank you for everything. AK, thank you. Thank you, Vanna. Thank you. All right. It's time. Good night, everybody. Be well. And Cole, thank you.